A mentor program director from my LA radio days would remind the on-air talent that our job every time we open the microphone was to elicit a positive emotional response, something that would encourage or uplift our audience in a way that would cause him or her to be thankful for being there at that moment in time. Hi, this is Bill Martinez, man of God, nationally syndicated radio host, former Marine, and award-winning marketing professional. Now, radio is an emotional medium, and this idea caught on and grew the station's popularity to unprecedented audience numbers. This idea impacted me so that I started applying it to other areas of my life with my family and business encounters. It was almost immediate and changed my perspective. Imagine what would happen if we approached all our encounters with the objective of eliciting a positive emotional response, especially today when contention is getting more attention than it deserves. I found this concept to have universal appeal and application. Try it and see for yourself.
For more information about The Bill Martinez Show, go to BillMartinezShow.com.
The district playoffs are underway for your Artesia Bulldogs, and this Saturday afternoon, your Bulldogs are set to take on the Vikings of Valley High live at the world-famous Bulldog Bowl. KSVP AM and FM and KSVPTV.com will have all the action. Join Joby Hodling and Robbie Ballou for the pregame beginning at 12:30 and kickoff at 1. Bulldogs versus the Vikings of Valley High. District playoff action Saturday beginning at 12:30 on KSVP AM and FM and at KSVPTV.com. Southeastern New Mexico's sports authority, then, now, and always.
Welcome back on the pregame shows. We get you ready for today's football game between Artesia and Valley. The quarterfinals of the NMAA playoffs, and the first playoff game for the Bulldogs this week. Head coach Jeremy Maupin is with us. And first of all, Coach, it's been a great season. Congratulations on the big win over Mayfield a couple of weeks ago, and I bet it's fun to be back in the playoffs.
It is, yeah. We're very excited. It's we were just talking this week. It's how fun this time of the year is, and enjoy it. And the weather's changing and a little colder, and just feels like football weather. So we're excited.
Now you've been in the playoffs as a player and as a coach. And what is it about this time of the year or this next level of playing that is just that much more exciting for you?
Yeah, I mean, we always preach, 3 seasons, and this is season number 3, and the difference between this one and the other ones is you win, you move on, and if you don't, you go home. And so it's exciting. Your kids rise to a little bit different level, and you get to bust out the playoff sweats and playoff T-shirts. And there's just this, kind of this time of year as a whole is just this time of excitement, and so it's fun, man. I love it. We still do a lot of the same things that Coach Henderson was doing when I played, and so just to continue that legacy and those traditions, and it's just such a blessing to be here and getting to coach here and this great group of young men, and so we're excited about the task ahead.
How about our district? 3 of the top 4 teams in the state: Artesia number 1, Roswell 2, Goddard number 4. Any surprises in the way the tournament was seeded, or did it kind of shake out the way you thought it would?
I mean, I think from the very beginning we figured our district's going to have some really high seeds. I think it kind of hurts. It hurt Mayfield a little bit this year. They lost all 3 games in district, but they're still. I mean, they got the 6th seed, and probably they should have been a little bit higher. And so it just tells you how strong our district is and how strong each week we have to make sure we come and bring it at the end of the year. And so, I think we all kind of expected that our district would be pretty highly seeded, and so. I think we have the toughest district in the state, so we knew that was going to happen, I think.
Of course. Mayfield, you mentioned them. They are in Farmington this weekend. Goddard is hosting Deming, and then Roswell, at the time that our game is taking place, is going to be taking on Gadsden, while you take on the Valley Vikings out of Albuquerque. What do you know about Valley? What kind of a season have they had, and what do you expect them to bring to the bowl?
Yeah, I mean, the good thing about leaving Artesia is they were in our district for a little while, and so I played Valley several times over the years and sat in meetings with some of their coaches and some things, and so they're a tough-nosed football team. They have some really good running backs this year, and they're doing things just a little bit different. Cobos, he's their head coach. Actually, he's a Roswell guy, a Goddard guy, and so he just brings some physicality there, and they're doing some really good things, and we know they're going to give us their best game, and we got to go watch them last Saturday, and they took care of Miami pretty easily, and so we know we got to play good football and get after them, and we're excited for the opportunity.
That's great. All right, now, are you kind of keeping an eye on Los Lunas, your former team? How are they doing?
They're doing good. I talked to those coaches. they called us some this week because they're playing Cleveland, and so we play Cleveland this year, and so I still love a lot of those kids over there, and I got a lot of good friends, and so I wish them the best, but it's all about being a Bulldog now and playing good football here. So yes, sir.
Well, of course,
yes, sir.
But you make that's one thing about coaching, the coaching fraternity, if you will. You make friends across the whole state, don't you?
Absolutely, yeah. And then your kids, you coach 100 kids, and they move on, and they're always, if you treat them right, which I think I do, you treat them like your kid, and so a lot of really good kids over there still.
That's great. Well, it's a Saturday afternoon playoff game in the Bulldog Bowl. The weather's looking pretty good for today. I know the online ticket sales things kind of affects people a little bit, but I hope we have a big crowd today.
Yes, sir. Yeah, me too. We always do. So
that's right, and
yes,
it's a great experience. Coach Jeremy Maupin, thank you so much. Good luck in the ball game today. Stay tuned. We've got more on the pregame show coming right up here on KSVP and KSVPTV.com.
The best guacamole in the Pecos Valley is at La Fonda Restaurant in Artesia. Holy guacamole! Everything is coming in fresh by the truckload. Avocados, green chilies, jalapenos, tomatoes, and onions. The makings of our signature salsa, golden fried chili rellenos, and of course our guacamole. Holy guacamole, what are you waiting for? La Fonda Restaurant, 210 West Main in Artesia, with plenty of parking off Highway 285. Holy guacamole!
Kane Electrical Supply is your #1 distributor when it comes to the top-of-the-line inventory. Kane Electric carries name brands such as Appleton, Burndy, Fluke, Cooper Lighting, Hoffman, Phillips Lighting, iDeck, Klein Tools, and Square D. Kane Electric has your professionals and will assist you with any information you may have on electrical supplies. Kane Electric delivers on location too. Come by Kane Electric today in Artesia at 1911 North Roselawn.
Many times, patients require skilled care for short-term illnesses, temporary help after hospitalization or rehabilitation after a major surgery, and many more conditions that can be handled in the comfort of your home. J&J Home Care stands ready to provide such care when you or your family members need it. Our highly experienced nurses, therapists, and aides have been serving Artesia and the surrounding community for more than 20 years. To learn more about the services available at J&J Home Care, call 746-2892 or visit us at 1301 West Grand in Artesia.
There really is no one quite like you, and no one quite like the ones you love. At Turpinning & Son Mortuary, they take pride in providing families with the best service possible. The phrase, "we make it personal," is not just a tagline. It's the way they conduct themselves every day as they honor the ones you love in their own unique and special way. Located at 611 West Grand in Artesia. Visit artesiafunerals.com to learn more. Turpinning & Son Mortuary, proudly serving our community and your family since 1954.
There are things you can do to improve the value of your current home if you plan to sell, and a few things you probably shouldn't do. The folks at Lois Oliver Real Estate are experts in real estate in Artesia and can help you with some great advice. If you want to talk to a local expert about buying or selling a home in Artesia, visit with any of the agents at Lois Oliver Real Estate. We know Artesia, and we're ready to help you buy or sell or find local experts who can answer your questions. Lois Oliver Real Estate, we love it here. Find us at 210 South Roselawn or online at loisoliverrealestate.com. Devon Energy is proud to support Artesia High School athletic programs. By partnering with Artesia, we're making an investment in the long-term future of our community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership, skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From our team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Bulldogs from Devon Energy.
My name is Matthew Seiss. I'm number 10. I'm a junior. I'm also involved in track and field. My favorite football team is the Dallas Cowboys. My favorite part about being a Bulldog is all the traditions we do.
My name is Colin Morset. I'm number 11. I'm a senior. My position is defensive end and long snapper. My parents are Lance and Jennifer Morset. I'm also involved in baseball. My favorite team is the Dallas Cowboys, and my favorite part about being a Bulldog is the tradition.
My name is Peyton Deans. I'm a senior this year. I'm number 12. I play quarterback. My parents are Myra and Tyler Deans. I'm also involved in basketball and track. I don't have a favorite football team, and my favorite part about being a Bulldog is how the community comes out and supports.
My name is Josiah Rodriguez. I'm number 43. I'm a junior. My parents are Raul Rodriguez and Sheila Rodriguez. I'm also involved in baseball. My favorite football team is the Dallas Cowboys. My favorite part about being a Bulldog is being able to play the game that I love.
My name is Riley Jarrett. I'm number 45. I'm a senior this year. My parents are Angie and Casey Jarrett. I'm also involved in basketball and track. My favorite football team is the Cowboys, and my favorite part about being a Bulldog is that excitement and the part of being a team whenever we make a big play.
My name is Grant Johnson. I'm number 46, and I'm a sophomore this year at Artesia High School. My parents are Melissa Johnson and Jeff Johnson. My favorite football team is the Dallas Cowboys, and my favorite part about being a Bulldog is the amazing community we have and the tradition of winning.
My name is Jacob Parrish. I'm number 87. I'm a junior. My parents are Scott and Kayla Parrish. I'm also involved in track and field. My favorite football team is the Dallas Cowboys, and my favorite part about being a Bulldog is tradition.
My name is Sebastian Tena. My number is number 88. I am a junior. My parents are Linda and David Tena. I am also involved in baseball. My favorite NFL team is the Denver Broncos. And my favorite part about being a Bulldog is being able to bond with my coaches and teammates and the traditions.
My name is Ulrich Medes. I'm number 90. I'm a junior and I'm going to be a senior next year. I am also involved in these sports like wrestling. And my favorite football team is the Browns. My favorite part of being a Bulldog is definitely being our brotherhood and our creed. That's my one thing.
Sing for joy. Job says in Job 29 and verse 13, I help those without hope, and they bless me. And I cause the widow's heart to sing for joy. You know, it's easy for us to get consumed with our world, and we often overlook other people. But we feel such encouragement when someone we admire takes an interest in us and in the things that we're doing. So believe it or not, you are very powerful as well. You have the ability to make other people's hearts sing and flutter, to have joy, especially to those without hope. So this week, who can you give joy to? Who can you uplift with an encouraging word? I challenge you to find someone or maybe a couple of people and encourage them. Tell them how proud you are of them, how appreciative you are of them, how much you love them. Do you have joy in your life? If you're struggling in that department, please come visit us at the Hermosa Church of Christ, just north of Walmart.
I can't believe I just scratched that car. Find my insurance card.
Dude, what do you have in this glove box? Ew, are these socks dirty?
Forget about the socks. I need my insurance card.
Just pull it up on the State Farm mobile app.
But I can do that? Oh, hey, I can do that.
Yep, it's called service.
I can file a claim on here, too?
Yeah, it's called service.
Whoa, I can call my agent, too?
It's called service.
In Artesia, contact Sandy Stockton at 575-748-11. Mac Energy Company is working to develop today's energy with tomorrow's technology. Technological advances in recent years have presented new possibilities for exploration. We strive to utilize these advances and stay abreast of innovative technology to ensure that our company is a forerunner in the quest for energy for many years to come. But more importantly, Mac Energy Corporation is committed to being an advocate of the communities around us. We invest in community initiatives that focus on youth, education, and innovative projects that address local issues. To learn more about Mac Energy, our affiliates, and our commitment to our youth and communities, visit us at mec.com.
If you need a Kubota that works and plays hard, stop looking. You'll find everything you need at Amigo Machinery. When it comes to tough Kubota tractors, mowers, construction equipment, and utility vehicles, all with low-rate financing, Amigo Machinery is your one-stop shop. We are passionately committed to providing our customers with the highest quality products, most innovative solutions, and services delivered with integrity and professionalism. Stop by Amigo Machinery Machinery in Roswell, or see us online at amigo-machinery.com.
Go Bulldogs from Tate Branch Artesia. Tate Branch is proud supporters of the Artesia Bulldogs and wishes them well as they march towards state championships. And like the Bulldogs, the team at Tate Branch and Artesia works hard to make your next car or truck buying experience the best it can be. From their great selection of Dodge, Chrysler, Ram, and Jeep vehicles to the service department, even the used cars are the best. So good luck, Bulldogs. And when you're ready to buy a new or used car or truck, come see the team at Tate Branch Artesia.
Welcome back here on the pregame show. We're getting ready for kickoff today as the Bulldogs are taking on the Valley Vikings in the quarterfinal round of the NMAA football playoffs. I can't pronounce the name of the bank. I'm not sure. Nusenda, I think is the name of the bank. They even have a field up there in Albuquerque, so but we won't talk about that. Coach Ridge Bowden is with us as we get ready to scout the Valley Vikings, and they had a big win last week and are in the ball game here in Artesia today.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about them defensively. What do you expect them to bring to the Bulldog Bowl?
Well, they've got quite a few players that play both sides of the ball, 7 or 8 that we see both sides. About 4 or 5 that really start and play a lot on offense and defense. The first thing I'm going to mention is their linebackers. Number 5, Ricky Henderson. You've heard that name before, and Caden Hohola.
Okay.
And those are both running backs on offense, but they are really good linebackers. They're downhill, good, solid players, and they feel really fast and good tacklers too, real good. Another guy to look at is number 1, Christian Lopez Burton. He's a defensive end, but he's a wide receiver on offense.
Okay.
So, but he's a good-sized blocker. He's just like those linebackers. He's probably about 5'10", 195 pounds, and that's a good size for a wide receiver, tight end type guy. And then they got another big guy that you'll see on defense primarily is number 99. His name is Juan Vigil. I put 6'3" on the scouting report, but I think he's more like 6'6" after seeing him last week. And they don't have height and weights on there, but he did have his weight on there, 285, and he's just a sophomore. And this kid stands out. He's a big kid that moves pretty well, and we've had to, mix our practice up a little bit with personnel so that we have somebody that size on defense, because we don't have anybody other than a couple of sophomores that size. So
that's going to be difficult. Do they have a lot of takeaways this year? Have they forced other teams to turn the ball over?
I was just looking at their record, and they've had 2 shutouts and 3 ball games that scored less than 10 points.
Okay.
So that's pretty good. They've held people to a few points, and of course in all those games they won. But they bring a different type of feel to Bulldog Bowl. They've never been here before. It's an Albuquerque school. They play a lot of inner city games and everything. So them coming outside of the city limits is a little different for them, and being in Bulldog Bowl, that's going to be a new story. So we want to set the story straight and start off on the right foot in playing Albuquerque Valley.
Okay, and you mentioned they were in our district a couple of years ago, but I guess when we did play them, we played them in Albuquerque.
No, we have never played Valley.
Okay.
We've never played Valley on the schedule that I'm aware of.
Okay.
So, we're trying to, we'll see what happens.
Sure.
We've never met them in the playoffs, and we had to go back into the 50s to see what they had back in those records.
Oh, boy, digging around in the dirt there.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Well, good. How about their offense? What kind of offense do they have?
Well, they're primarily a run team. They're about 65% run, and so they're going to sometimes they'll put 4 guys in the backfield. Sometimes they'll just have the quarterback and the running back. But, the quarterback, he's not as big of a threat carrying the ball. He's going to hand it off most of the time, and then they'll go with 4 guys in the backfield with him, and they're just going to lead block. And it looks kind of like our goal line rhino package with 4 men in the backfield, and they're going to try to power it up in the middle. And they have some good offensive linemen in front of them that make things happen. But they're going to try to get it outside. They really have success running the ball on the edge and trying to get outside of us.
You mentioned they do throw the ball a little bit. Do they have one particular receiver they target?
Not really. But Markel Jackson, number 2, he stands out. And so does 13 on the other side, Christopher Melendez. These are guys that you're going to see a lot of out there on the field. And whether they're running down the sideline or maybe running a sweep reverse or something like that, I expect them to not have any stops. They're going to try to come in and they got nothing to lose.
Yeah, no, that's right. They're taking the number 1 team in the state in this classification on. They're on the road in Artesia's house, and who knows what they're going to cook up for a defensive game plan. But they're a good defense, and so it'll be interesting to see. Good defenses tend to do well against high-powered offense.
We'll see. We've got a few things planned as well. Try to stay with our basics and beat them with what got us here. That's the motto.
Scoring a lot of points.
That's a good thing to do. Doesn't matter how we get them.
That's right. All right, Coach Ridge Bowden, thank you so much. Best of luck to the team this afternoon. We've got the starting lineups, and then some guy named Joby and some guy named Robbie are going to call the game for you this afternoon. So it'll be fun. Stick around. We'll be right back.
This is the owner of Trustmark Roofing.
State Branch Fan of the Week segment here at halftime. Artesia and Valley on a...
No pricing games. We give you a guaranteed price, and then we stand by it. No surprises, no gotchas. No obscurity. We don't just tell you what's wrong with your roof. We record our inspections and show you. No lemons. We install premium roofing materials from top brands like Owens Corning. No shortcuts. We're in the 2% of roofers with the Owens Corning Preferred Contractor Certificate for our local area. This means we offer precision installation and the longest warranties. Want a beautiful new roof that's built to last? Choose Trustmark Roofing, the roofer that loves to tell our customers no. At 575-755-ROOF or find us online at trustmarkroofpros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
Sometimes that dog barking is an Artesia Bulldog preparing for victory. Most of the time, however, it's probably just the family pet asking for attention. Artesia Animal Clinic provides a full range of services for just about any size pet or animal. Our new clinic has been expanded to provide better quality of care, including an in-house laboratory, radiology, surgery, herd health, and more. So the next time your pet looks like they could use some extra care, come by Artesia Animal Clinic in our newly remodeled and expanded facility at 110 West Mahone Drive.
H&R Block of Artesia is proud to be a member of the community and a sponsor of Artesia Bulldog Sports. At H&R Block, tax time is all the time. They offer year-round assistance for personal or business needs. From simple tax questions to bookkeeping, payroll services, and more. You can trust the team at H&R Block to be there when you need them most. Stop by 502 West Texas Suite A in Artesia or call 746-3456 to schedule an appointment. H&R Block, proud to support Bulldog Sports. Se habla español.
Incredible Printing is open for business. Located across the street from the Derek Floor statue in Artesia, Incredible Printing is Artesia's only local printer. Incredible Printing makes your business that high-flying brochure needed to advertise those new services or products. Incredible Printing also specializes in all carbon copy books and material. Incredible Printing is open in Artesia, across from the Derek Floor statue.
ENMU Roswell welcomes new and returning students to register online and on campus for the spring 2023 semester. Prepare for brighter days ahead and learn new career skills in arts and sciences, technical and health education right here at home. Classes start January 17th. Talk with an advisor today. Call 575-624-7000 or log on to roswell.enmu.edu.
Success starts here. Roswell.
Welcome back as we're getting ready for quarterfinal football action from world-famous Bulldog Bowl, a chilly but beautiful day here in Artesia, New Mexico. We'll have the kickoff in just a minute. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First of all, for the Valley Vikings, they're predominantly running offense. They can throw the ball, but they mostly run it. And they're led by Julian Bukovich, the sophomore quarterback, number 3. His running backs are Caden Hohola, number 6, a senior, and number 5, Ricky Henderson, a senior. His slot backs, Christopher Melendez, a sophomore. At number 13, Ezekiel Ramos, a junior. Number 11, and his wide receivers are Charles Lopez Burton, number 1, who is a junior, and number 2, Marquell Jackson, a senior. The line defensively will be Elijah Mays, number 60, Winston Brooks, number 58, Thomas Tafoya, number 61, Tomas Tafoya possibly, and Nico Gomez, number 54, and Tobias Troncoso, number 72, and that is the offense. Defensively, they've got some players going both ways. Matter of fact, their wide receivers are playing corner and defensive line. Marquell Jackson, number 2, is a corner. Charles Lopez Burton, number 1, is a defensive end. Christopher Melendrez goes both ways. He's the free safety. Caden Hohola is a linebacker and plays both on offense and defense. The other linebacker, middle linebacker, is Ricky Henderson. The other 2 linebackers on their 4-4-3 defense, Justin Vigil, number 8, and Forrest Martin, number 9. The other safety is Natavius Stallworth. He is a junior and wears number 34. Bulldogs with their all-familiar offense and defense. Let's look at the defense first. The corners, David Hammond, a 5'8", 140-pound junior, number 32. Philip Finley, number 20, a 5'11", 161-pound senior. The safeties, number 28, Jesse Armendariz, a 5'10", 163-pound junior. Number 43, Josiah Rodriguez, the 5'7", 141-pound junior. The linebackers, Davian Molina, number 18, the 5'10", 175-pound senior. Number 54, Diego Wesson, the 5'9", 195-pound junior. And number 13, Ethan Ramirez, the 5'9", 164-pound senior. And on the defensive line, Peyton Deans, Israel Calderon, Gage Donaghy, and Riley Jarrett. Offensively for the Bulldogs, on the line, Colby Wooten, Jeremiah Gonzalez, Omar Salas, Garrett Fisher, and Andrew Anguiano. The wide receivers, Matthew Size and Julian Rodriguez. The slot backs, Peyton Greathouse and Devin Fierro. The running back, Jesse LaRock, number 24, and a quarterback, number 39, Nye Estrada. Let's take you to world-famous Bulldog Bowl. Here is the play-by-play for today's game. Take it away, gentlemen.
Good afternoon, Bulldog fans. Joby Hodling and Robbie Blue. We are live at the Bulldog Bowl where the Artesia Bulldogs are in the quarterfinals. Their first playoff game, taking on the Valley Vikings from Albuquerque, New Mexico. First time, Robbie, we've ever played Valley in our history. I kind of did some research, and I heard from guys that know a lot more than I do that said we've never played Valley. They've always been a classification up, and we just never played them even back in the 50s and 60s, but we get to play them today. They did drop down a couple years ago, like Mayfield did, into 5A from 6A, and now we get to play them here as they come into Bulldog Bowl in their second game of the 2022 playoffs, and coming in to face the Artesia Bulldogs.
Yeah, and what I was thinking on my way here today, what an exciting time. We take it for granted. To an extent, we try not to, but we do. Coming into the world-famous Bulldog Bowl, the Valley players coming in here, seeing the facilities, seeing the and then their fans coming in. So what an experience for them is what I was thinking, to come down here in Artesia and play. But then on the other side, as we think with our rich tradition, with our huge success, with the, third in the nation and state championships. But these Bulldogs have not done this before. So for them, what an exciting opportunity is. It's playoff time in New Mexico, football. And so I'm so excited for these Artesia Bulldogs also.
And when you say haven't done it before, won a state title?
Well, yes. And played in a, they may have played a playoff game here, but not, won a state title or went after it, especially these seniors.
Right.
Exciting time, man.
It is a very exciting time for them as they come onto the field. Valley obviously going to stay inside the press box, let the Bulldogs do what they do. I think that's a smart move. It's the head coach for Valley is actually from Goddard, and so he's been a part of our back and forth over the years, and so he knows Bulldog football a lot more than maybe the Valley kids do and the Valley parents and fans. But they haven't come out yet. Normally the other team comes out before we do, but this time Bulldogs are out getting ready to do the dog pile.
So another playoff action in the 5A football. We got Artesia, number 1, playing number 8, Valley here at the Bulldog Bowl. Number 2, Roswell is going up against Gadsden, number 10, today at 1 o'clock in Roswell. And then we also have number 3, Piedra Vista against number 6, Mayfield at 1 o'clock today. So 3 games going on today. And then last night we saw Deming, number 5, defeat number 4, Goddard in Goddard last night, or in Roswell, at Goddard. So Deming is awaiting the winner of this game right here, and if the Bulldogs are victorious today, then we will go to Deming next, probably Saturday, and play them there.
Yeah, it's going to be, but of course we got to get by this team first, but we've seen Deming this year. Of course, we had played Goddard as well, so either one of those schools who would have won, and it is the Deming Wildcats that come out on top. We've played both Goddard and Deming, and now you're right. So we get by Valley, we get to travel. As there was only one time, I think, in the history between Deming and Artesia that played in the playoffs. It was 1974. It was here at the Bowl, and I think the Artesia Bowl, it was a state championship game, and Artesia won that state title. But I always, every year, Robbie, I see comments out on all the message boards and out on the internet and on Facebook. Why does New Mexico do it this way? Why doesn't the higher seed always get the home field advantage? And I've got my opinion on it. What's your take?
I think they're rewarding those who do get the higher seeding, and so they reward them with at least one home game in the quarterfinal, especially 1 through 4, and then they go to the neutral or the return, back and forth, because we don't have that Texas stadium like Texas does, and we don't have that neutral place. If we did it in Albuquerque, that makes it almost a home game for those Albuquerque schools. So to go back and forth with them, it's my opinion. I could be wrong, but I just think they don't want to. It keeps it not. If it was in Albuquerque, it'd be almost home games for all the Albuquerque schools.
Well, not necessarily a neutral site, but what about the play where instead of playing at the higher seeds home field, once you get past the quarterfinals, you got to play whoever owes who. And so again, we're going all the way back to 1974. Deming played us here at the Bowl, so because of that game, in the state championship game, now the number 1 seeded Bulldogs will, if we win today, have to travel. So anyway, it's just an interesting thought. Most people don't seem to like it.
What's your take on it, real quick?
My take is I like it, and here's why. Because the Bulldogs are in the playoffs every year.
Yep.
And so, we don't always have a higher seed. So it helps us when we don't have that higher seed. We play a tough schedule. We're not always the number 1 seed. Sometimes we're the 3, 4, even 5. Even 6 in years past, but because of that who owes who, we're in the playoffs a lot. So when we get to that semifinal round, a lot of times, sometimes we get to play here even though we're the lower seed, the higher seed, I mean. All right, the Bulldogs are on the field. As kickoff return as the Bulldogs won the toss and elected to receive. The wind blowing out of the south pretty strong here on this blustery Saturday afternoon. Sunshine, full sunshine, no clouds, very few in the sky. And the Valley Vikings put the ball on the X, ready to go from the 40, kicking into the wind here. The Bulldogs obviously expecting an onside as they're up.
Yeah, number 51, Gabriel Gangware, is the kicker for the Valley.
They do get the go-ahead, and now they'll run up to the ball and then split out. Bulldogs back up a little bit. Into the wind. Let's see if he kicks it. He does go over to the sideline, and that will make its way out of bounds. Will Coach make a kick again, or will we? Nope, the offense is coming on. Nope, he's saying come back. Offense, come back, stay on. So Valley's going to have to send their kicking unit back on as he's going to force them to do it, and I don't blame him. I like that idea.
I do too. I mean, make them kick it to us because good things can happen when we get the ball. Peyton Deans was over on that side, did a good job of just letting it go out of bounds.
Yeah, he kind of tracked it out of bounds, made sure, and that way if it did take a funny bounce, as footballs are known to do, he could have jumped on it, but it got its way out of bounds as they kicked it over to the left if you're watching on the radio. Valley in yellow pants with the white tops, maroon shoulders, and maroon helmets. They're the Valley Vikings. Used to be a 6A school up until just a couple of years ago. Now dropped down to 5. They're 5A in everything. So they're the big school on all other sports, and then 5A in football, which is the second tier, as 6A in football is the largest tier. So they're going to kick it again, for this time from the 35. Bulldogs even looking for better field position here. They'll run up to the ball. They can't come in. They can't kick it from that. They changed that rule a few years ago. All right, so they do spread it out. Kicker up, ready to go. He's going to kick it a little higher this time over to the sideline. Peyton Deans will catch it. He's going to throw it back. It's going to be caught. Bulldogs have great blocking, and so getting around the corner is Seiss. He's down the sidelines to the 30, to the 20. Touchdown, Artesia. I don't see a flag, Robbie.
I don't either.
Quarterback over there catches it. The quarterback slash linebacker slash quarterback throws it back. What a great play.
Well, and that was set up perfectly by Peyton Deans, letting the first one go out of bounds. And that one, he was 1 yard off the sideline, caught it, and stood there for about 2 seconds to let him come in to him. And then he threw it about middle of the field to Seiss and had a wall set up over here. Boy, Moppin, when he said stay out there, he thought this is set up perfectly.
And I guarantee you, they knew that they would try to kick it that way, so they had that plan drawn up.
Yep.
And so there it is. And like you said, what a great job by Peyton Deans. He waited just a minute.
Yep.
And then he turned and threw a strike, about a 25-yard pass back to the middle of the field. Seiss and the blocking does the rest, and we're missing somebody. There he comes. It's the kicker out there a little bit late. We're down to 14. Still got plenty of time. So they swing out of the swinging gate. 11:48 to go here in the first quarter, and the Bulldogs are already on top, 6-0. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up, and it is through. So with 11:48 to go, 7-0. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about it.
What's tougher than a Ford truck? Finding a Ford truck. Artesia Ford Sales is ready to help with a great selection of certified pre-owned Ford trucks. All certified pre-owned vehicles qualify for low 0.99% interest for 36 months. If a new Ford truck is what you want, let us order your new truck from the factory. Artesia Ford can price protect your selection. The price today is the price you'll pay when your new truck is delivered. Don't let buying a new truck be tough. Make buying a Ford truck easy by visiting Artesia Ford Sales today.
Welcome back here to Bulldog Bowl. I think we got a stat. It was pretty easy. Well, it was a touchdown for we looked over that guy. He's like, no.
He's looking at me like it's my fault.
Well, Robbie, what happened?
I know we already said it again. I said Bulldogs took the opening kickoff, and Peyton Dins took it on the right side, threw a lateral back to Seiss on the left side, had a wall set up, and went about 70 yards for a touchdown.
All right, that was opening kick. A little bloop right in the middle of the field. Bulldogs are going to have a chance at that, but a good job by Valley as they cover it up.
Yeah, number 5 chased that down. Richard Henderson did a good job of chasing it down and falling on that football because there was about 3 Bulldogs waiting for him not to get it.
Yeah, they were bearing down on him in a hurry. Good kick there by Jake Parrish. All right, so the offense for the Valley Vikings will come onto the field. Number 3, Julian Butkovich is their quarterback, sophomore. Got a couple different running backs that'll be in the backfield. Number 6, Hohola, and number 5, Henderson. From different times. Let's see who's back there. It looks like Ricky Henderson is going to be back there next to Butkovich, who's going to be in the shotgun.
And number 1 is the sniffer back.
Sniffer back up on the right side. That big kid, number 1. Bring a man in motion from the slot. Snap is back. He's going to fake the handoff, go the other way, and getting up into the Bulldogs' second level is the running back. Henderson looks like he picked up about 6 yards.
Or brought a guy in motion across the formation from left to right, faked it to him, faked it to Lopez Burton, number 1, and then handed it off and picked up a pretty good gain there.
Yeah, pickup of long 6, short 7. It's going to be second down, and we'll call it 3. Again, Butkovich is going to be in the shotgun, has a sniffer back on the left side, and I think Henderson to his right. Now the sniffer back moves over to the tackle on the right side. Ball near the far hash as they're going from the north to the south. Taking his time is Butkovich, down to 9 seconds. Snap is back, turn, hand it off to Henderson. Bulldogs right there, but he powers forward. Good run there by Butkovich.
Linebacker reading that perfectly was Ramirez for the Bulldogs. As soon as he read run, he came flying up in that hole to make the first hit.
But first hit was in the hole,
yeah.
But he goes forward 4 yards. First down at their own 45-yard line as Butkovich now looks over to the sideline. They've got a slot and a wideout on either side. The slot on the near side up on the line, the wideout behind backed up. Butkovich snaps his hands, and they don't jump, do the Bulldogs, so they were trying to get us to jump, I think. Now they reset. Running back to the left is Henderson. The ball is out, and Henderson will fall on it. It'll be a loss of about 2. Second down and 12 at their own 43.
So just help me out here. I'm trying to catch up. Number 6 is the running back.
Oh, number 6.
Yeah, so that's Joe
Hohola.
Yes, okay. All right. So it's Hohola back there.
So I thought it was 5. They are hard to read. I was reading it with my eyes, and you got your binocs. So
I
you
do.
can see it better. So number 6 is in there to the left of Butkovich. That's Caden Hohola. Trips to the far side. Ball in the middle of the field. Bulldogs showing blitz. Snap is back. Going to fake the handoff. Looking to throw the ball. Bearing down on him is Gage Donaghy. And then 4 Bulldogs pile on. That's a big sack, Robbie, about 13 yards.
So Riley Jarrett from the right defensive end, offensive right, or defensive right, got his hands in the air, and so the quarterback pulled it back in. Butkovich did, and then Donaghy was back there in his face, took off to his left. And boy, Calderon and Riley came in with Donaghy and made that hit.
Got to get all the way to the Bulldog 45 for a first down. It's third down in a bunch. 3rd and 22 back at their own 32. Butkovich in the shotgun once again. He's going to roll to his left, which is the short side of the field. Bulldogs bearing down on him. He throws it. Is it incomplete? Or do they say that he caught it? They said he caught that? The guy, The umpire was looking right at it. It looked like a bounce right to him, but in any case, it's only a pickup of about 7. It'll be 4th down in a bunch as the punt team comes on for the Vikings.
Number 33, Matt Chavez for the Bulldogs. I was back there getting pressure on Bukovic as he tried to get his shoulders around, and just that ball dove into the turf.
Look at this setup. They got trips over here on the sidelines, and the punter is going to go ahead and punt it. Oh, no, not a good punt. And it's going to go backwards. It's going to be our ball inside the 35-yard line. It was a backwards punt. They lost yards on the punt.
That's Richard Henderson punting for the Vikings. Vikings, right?
Yes, sir.
I don't know why I went blank there, but the Vikings, and that went off the side of his foot, just a shank, and wow.
And the big, strong wind didn't help it at all, blowing straight into his face. So the Bulldog offense on the field for the first time, leading 7-0 after the kick return. Opening kickoff taken back. Bulldogs got a little bunch set over there to the right side. New wrinkles every week. We talked about it.
Yep.
Little bunch set on the right side, ball in the near hash. In the backfield, of course, is our quarterback, Nia Estrada. And looks like LaRock to his right. Snap is back. He's going to turn, throw the little bubble out to Peyton. And he is going to be tackled. Good job there by the defense. Looks like I can't tell those numbers.
That was number 9 out there. Forrest Martin did a good job coming off the block of Joy and being able to get on Greathouse first.
So that was a loss of about half a yard. We'll call it a loss of a yard. 2nd down and 11. Ball now on the far hash. Bulldogs look like they're going to go back to an A formation look as LaRock going to be on the right side of Estrada in the backfield. Now he moves over to the left. They got a man-free coverage over here on this left side. They're in man coverage. Estrada takes a snap, going to hand it off. Bursting through the left side, still on his feet to the 25, to the 20, runs over a man. I mean, runs right over, runs to another man. He stepped out of bounds. LaRock, no, he didn't step out of bounds. I thought the official was going to mark him down. LaRock just ran through 2 tacklers.
Well, they set up that defense, 4-man front, 1 linebacker, and ran away from the short side. You can see it coming. And LaRock just, his speed burst outside and just, he didn't try to go around that guy. He lowered his shoulders and, as you said, flat ran him over.
A lot of times you get tripped up. He ran him over, stepped on him, and kept going.
Yes.
1st and goal, A formation. Estrada with the LaRock in the backfield to his right. The Whitehead says you can go. Well, he's waiting to make sure he said he could go. All right, LaRock's going to move over to the left side. Estrada takes a snap. He's going to run the speed option. Pitch to LaRock. LaRock got plenty of blocking. Touchdown, Artesia.
Okay, let's give the credit out there as Nick Sanchez did a great job of staying on the block, which is hard to do out there for that length of time. And also Jathan Duran. They just both got their blocks. LaRock got the pitch. Great pitch from quarterback Estrada, and just split those 2 blocks to go in the end zone.
So we've got a Valley Viking on the field, or he's right off of the field at the goal line injured. Coach Caton was right there to be talking to him and looking at him. They're bringing out, and also our part of our ambulance crew right there talking to him as well. A coach or a trainer coming over, looks like maybe a coach because he's got a headset coming over to check on him. So we'll go ahead and take a break. There's going to be a minute before we kick the PAT or run a 2-point conversion. Knowing us, who knows? We'll be right back. 13-0, 7:31 to go in the first quarter. Artesia on top.
The average American takes 8 to 10,000 steps each day, and for those suffering from foot problems, each one can be agonizing. The podiatry team at Artesia General Hospital can help diagnose and treat foot and ankle conditions, including diabetic foot issues, arthritis, bunions, or other problems. Doctors Joseph Marino and Joseph Krupa are podiatrists specializing in wound care, fracture care, foot and ankle surgery, and more. Put your feet in good hands. Request an appointment at artesiageneral.com/podiatry APPT.
All right, welcome back here to Bulldog Bowl. Robbie, or Josh, you got to say scoring drive?
After the kids.
All right, Mr. Howard. So we still do have a man on the field as they're checking him out, and I saw on the replay, it looked like he took a helmet to the knee. And who is that young man? Looked like it was right on top of his knee and it kind of hyperextended maybe. But they're helping him off the field. Coach Caton was the first man on the scene talking to him, and then they brought a coach over as well. It's number 2.
Number 2, Jackson, senior.
Markel Jackson.
Yep. Defensive back.
Hopefully he'll be okay. He is being helped off the field. We still have the PAT coming as our what's the adjective I want to use? Our fantastically talented statistician,
yes,
Josh Howard, said, hey, I'm not giving you stats until we kick the PAT.
Well, just going back off the air, we thought, that's the Artesia running game. Handed it to the Rock, and he just burst through the hole. Great job by the offensive line. And then he cut it outside with his speed and then just showed his power in running. Boy, his maturity this year and being a running back, and he's a junior. He'll be back again next year. And then took it all the way down there, and then the speed option took it into the end zone. Running game for the Bulldogs.
Just incredible. Like I said, when you run over somebody like he did, a lot of times you get tripped up. He just ran through him, ran over him, and then ran through a tackle.
We always called it trucking somebody.
He did truck him. All right, we're in that. We're going to run the 2-point conversion. We're going to throw it over the middle, and it is good. Joy with the reception.
Great job by Estrada. He had a Sice going out in the flat, and he was open too, but Joy just went towards the deeper part of the end zone, threw it to him. Joy bobbled it a little bit, but then brought it in.
1 catch per throw, please. That's what the quarterbacks say to the receivers. Joy did bring it in, as you said, and the score now 15-0 on the 2-point conversion with 7:31 to go here in the first quarter. And now we have some stats.
The scoring drive brought to you by the one and only Josh Howard. 3 plays for Artesia Bulldogs, covered 31 yards. 7-yard touchdown run by LaRock from the pitch from Estrada. 2-point conversion was good from Estrada to Caden Joy.
So the Bulldogs come out here firing on all cylinders, really, as we've now seen a tremendous play, 2 great plays in the kicking game, with the first one being the touchdown run back on the first opening kickoff, the second being that 2-point conversion. And the defense comes out and they give up a first down, but then they go backwards to do the Vikings on that just amazing Orange Crush defense, and then the offense gets their chance for the finally, as they hadn't been on the field yet, and they don't take much, and they go down and score. All right, so Parrish on for the second time. His first kick was just a little blooper on purpose right in the middle of the field over the front line. Bulldogs almost got to it, but Henderson was able to cover it up. Here comes Parrish. He's going to kick it to the right side and much deeper, all the way back to about the 7. As the Viking coming down the right sideline is tripped up over there and tackled short of the 20.
Watkins flying down the field and kickoff return. As I'm trying to get his number 34, took that kick for the Vikings, and that is Natavia Stallworth. So took the kickoff, tried to go left, but down there too quickly. Watkins, good open field tackle.
Picked up about, he got about 11 yards on. I think he caught it at the 7, so all the way out to the 19. That'd be a 12-yard return. So the Vikings will start on the left hash, going from north to south, as they've got a pair of running backs in the backfield with Butkovich, the quarterback. He is in the shotgun. Have a twins out here to the right side, going to turn and hand it off. Bouncing outside, that is Henderson. Tries to get the corner, and there's the Bulldog defense. Wow.
So the running back is trying to get outside, and from behind for the Bulldogs, number 43. And who has that again, Joby? I got to find him on the sheet. I don't want to get it wrong. That's Josiah Rodriguez. Catches him from behind in the backside and runs him down.
And somebody came up and helped him on this outside, and it may have been Rascone, Philip Finley Rascone. So actually a loss of a yard. To me, it looked like he was going to get at least 4 or 5 yards. He ran, but he was running laterally, and the Bulldogs' speed just closes on him. So 2nd down and 11. The Vikings now in a pistol with a running back to the left. Shotgun is Butkovich. Turn. He's going to fake the handoff, run the option, and boy, the Bulldogs had that covered, Robbie, from get-go.
Wow, and Calderon forced that play right there. No, that's Chavez, number 33 for the Bulldogs, because the quarterback wants to pitch off of him, and he took him so deep, he was real close to the running back, and then 3 Bulldogs were right there on the pitch man.
And he actually, I think it was a forward pass. He shuttled it. He wasn't able to pitch it, as the running back had got out in front of him and around him. But in any case, a loss. It's 3rd down and 18, loss of about 7. Again, in a pistol formation with the running back to the right of Butkovich in the shotgun. That's Henderson and Hola in the backfield. It's going to just be a straight drop. Bulldogs bearing. That's going to be intercepted. And he's going to see if he can get in. He's tackled. But it's going to be overturned, as there's going to be a late hit on or a pass roughing the passer.
Senior Riley Jarrett read that screen pass all the way from his left defensive end. He started to rush, read it, stopped, and stayed there right in front of the intended receiver, and the quarterback threw it right to him. Jarrett caught it, but then the running back the Viking made the tackle on him. Well, he just threw it right to him.
So I know he did, and what a great effort there, and a fun time for a defensive lineman to get an interception. But
you know that
unfortunately,
feeling. You
I
had
do.
some.
I had 3
Yes.
as a player in high school.
Yep.
I was a defensive tackle, though. 2 of them were in JV games when I was a sophomore, 1 when I was on varsity. Yeah, that's fun when you're a defensive lineman.
Yeah.
You get to pick the ball off.
Absolutely.
All right, so that was a roughing the passing penalty. So that's going to turn the ball back to the Valley Vikings. He threw that because somebody was bearing down on him. I missed who came in. It was Chavis.
Yep.
And so that turns it over. It's 15 yards. It'll be first down. Roughing the passer is the call. So it'll take them all the way out to their own, back to almost to where the first down marker would have been. So let's see. It is automatic first down, I think. Yeah, I thought the same thing. I hear the guys down in the press box that he caught the ball before the guy got hit, which would have just been I thought it was automatic first down, but I guess it's not. It's third down and really short. And now the line judge on the right side is going to go talk to the white hat. Umpire in the back's coming in as well, or the back judge is coming in. So it was 3rd and 18, and they marked off 18 yards. I don't know how they did that.
Yeah, and the ball's right on the first down marker, so they're looking.
But it was 3rd down and 18. How did they get 18 yards on the penalty is my question. And I think maybe that's what they're talking about, maybe.
Right,
I don't know.
because it's obviously not a spot foul.
No.
It'll go from the line of scrimmage.
Right, so somebody marked it off too far.
So it's either 3rd and 3 or 1st and 10.
1st and 10.
Yeah.
I think it was 1st and 10, but it should be 3 yards back.
Coach Maupin's getting clarification.
And they're not ready to go yet. The offense and defense were all ready to go, and the white hat and the officials still talking. So I don't know what the explanation was, Robbie. I guess they do get the first down, but I think they marked it off too far. But in any case, 1st and 10 for the Vikings at their own 29-yard line. They got kind of a full house backfield look here. They got a running back on either side of the quarterback, Butkovich, in the shotgun with a man behind him in the pistol formation. Turn and hand it off to number 1, and the Bulldogs eat him for lunch.
Boy, they read that all the way. Rodriguez coming through the middle. Donaghy from his defensive tackle position. As soon as he got the ball, they hit him in the backfield for loss.
Yeah, it's a 2-yard loss, and now taking a timeout will be the Valley Vikings. We're going to take one as well. 5:40 to go here in the first quarter. The Artesia Bulldogs lead the Valley Vikings 15-0. We'll be back. Thanks for tuning in here on KSVP Radio, AM 990, FM 93.7. Of course, we're live streaming KSVPTV.com. As Pecos Valley Broadcasting Company bought the rights, and we could bring this to you all over the world. We're on Facebook and YouTube as well, KSVP Radio. Like and share. We'll be right back.
Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward and Son Insurance Agency. Auto and home, life and health, personal and commercial. Bonds too, since 1925. We have the coverage for you. Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward and Son Insurance Agency.
All right, coming out of that timeout by the Vikings, it'll be 2nd down and 12. Ball near the far hash. They're going to have that full house backfield look again with a running back on either side of Butkovich with a back behind him in the shotgun. Snap is back. He's going to run and pitch it this way. Bulldogs play it perfectly. He'll get another loss, 2-yard loss. It'll be 3rd down and 14.
Boy, Finley read that all the way as they tried to pitch it, getting outside of the Bulldogs. He came in, cut him at the knees, and Peyton Deans came in and helped him on the tackle.
Bulldogs wearing their solid orange with the black on their shoulders. I forgot to say that. They got the black and orange socks and, of course, the orange helmet. 3rd down and 14. Again, that full house backfield look from the shotgun. Bulldogs is going to bring 4 men. Back to throw is Butkovich, running away from pressure, and he's going to be tackled. He does get back near the original line of scrimmage, but only that. Pick up a 4. It'll be 4th and 10.
What the Bulldogs are doing is on an obvious passing situation. They're coming in with 3 defensive linemen, and then their Diego West, the middle linebacker, will sometimes rush, sometimes not. And so they're just falling back and wanting them to throw it as Valley comes in with, 1,300 yards passing this year, but they are 65% run, so not their strength.
All right, so the Bulldogs bring out their punt return team. They got I didn't notice a while ago, they got 3 guys on either side. Very few up blocking. Bulldogs almost get to it. A little better punt this time. It's going to be bounce. Well, it doesn't bounce. Coach Maupin says, I'll catch that one. And now the official will walk it back and see where he puts us down at the 45-yard line.
Well, I thought Grant Johnson was going to get to that. Number 46 for the Bulldogs. He, the punter for the Valley, Henderson, took a step to the right and then punted the ball, and Johnson just missed it.
Yeah, they got 6 guys. They got 3 guys on either side in bunches, so that only leaves in the punter. So that's 7. That only leaves the sender and 3 guys.
And he's not that deep.
And he's not very deep. So the Bulldogs got close. Okay, they're in man-free again, and I see number 80 over there on an island. Now they're going to come out and help him. I don't blame them. Well, Estrada takes a look. Now they'll drop a guy back to double him. He's going to throw it over here to the right side. It's tipped. Oh, and then dropped. Those are hard to catch anyway, but I know he was thinking, let's catch and go downfield.
He was. It's a good job by number 88 for the Vikings as he got his hands up, tipped that ball that was coming out to Duran over here, and that's Alec Giron who got his hands up and tipped that ball.
And we still had a chance to catch it and go, but he looked. I saw his head turn right at the last second, looking where he was going to go. All right, 2nd down and 10, a formation look. Estrada with, is it Valenzuela in the backfield? Couldn't tell. He's going to turn and hand it off. That is Valenzuela. He's up the middle, 45, makes a man miss, and then finally tackled at about the 34-yard line of the Valley Vikings. Big pickup from our own 45.
Well, pick your poison with the Bulldogs. 4-man front, defensive front with 1 linebacker. That's our 5 offensive linemen against their 5. And we're winning that battle right now. Our offensive line doing a great job as always.
Was that LaRock or was that
that was Valenzuela? It
okay,
was.
Now LaRock back into the left of Estrada. Bulldogs right on the ball, 1st and 10. He's takes a 3-step drop, plenty of time. Now he's going to step up and run. He's to the 30, to the 25, to the 20, to the 15, and maybe to the 16 where he stepped out. Big run there by Estrada. Good coverage, but what do you do? Quarterback took off on him.
Oh, that first thing, great job by the offensive line because he stood back there just going through his reads, waiting for somebody to break open. Didn't happen. Decided to go up his speed up the middle before number 11 ran him out of bounds, which is Ramos.
All right, so the Bulldogs right back on the ball, 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line of the Vikings. Estrada takes a snap, hands it off. LaRock runs into him, man, trying to get away from him. That's a face mask. But no throw of the, it looked like he had him by the face mask, maybe by the shoulder. All right, so it'll be a loss on the play.
Good job by number 1, Charles Burton that time. He got off of his block, and LaRock didn't have anywhere to go as he got a hold of him and able to make that tackle.
Well, they gave him forward momentum. My mistake, not a loss. We get 1-yard pickup. So it'll be 2nd down and 9 from the 14-yard line. Again, the Bulldogs in their standard A formation look. They do have 2 safeties over the top. LaRock to the right of Estrada in the shotgun. Snap is back. Estrada takes a little 3-step drop. He's looking. There was a hold. There comes the penalty.
Yeah.
We were both watching it like, well, there was a hold. Did they throw it? They do throw it from both sides. So it'll be a 10-yard, well, half the distance from the spot, right?
Peyton Greathouse he broke outside, then coming back over the middle, and Jojola just grabbed hold of his jersey, tried to come back inside, and I think everybody saw that one.
Yeah, it was not hard to miss. Did I say that right? Not hard to miss? Wait. Yeah, not hard to miss. It sounded funny. Easy to see. Not hard to miss.
Not hard to miss.
So it is defensive holding, and they're talking about it, so maybe we better wait before, because Coach Maupin now walking out. A lot of discussion down there with the officials, but I'm pretty sure it was defensive holding. We'll see. Flag came from both sides of the field. Actually, I think the back judge or the umpire back there threw one, and then the side judge on the far side threw it in as well.
What are they?
So I think they're talking about, okay, it's a holding, it's a spot foul, and then half the distance from there, maybe. Maybe that's the discussion. Defensive holding. And the umpire's holding it where he's going to mark it off from there. So normally that's a spot foul, but maybe not on that type of a holding. He'll walk it down inside the 10-yard line. It looks like he's going to spot it on the 7. And I thought it was automatic 1st down, but I guess it's not. 2nd down and short, 2nd and 2. Bulldogs going to go with a little bunch set to the left side. And running back in the backfield is LaRock. They bring Peyton Greathouse in motion. He's going to throw it to him, and it got tipped, and it is incomplete.
The Viking number 8 did a good job of falling back into coverage just enough, Justin Vigil, because they're trying to hit Greathouse over here in the corner of the end zone, and just able to get his hand up in the air and tip that ball so it didn't get to him. It was a touchdown if he didn't get his hand on it.
Yeah, Vigil, the outside linebacker, and he, like you said, He said, to me, it looked like he was going to come on the rush, and then he backed up and got his hand up. So it'll be third down and 2 now. Again, the Bulldogs in their A formation look, 3rd and 2 at the 7-yard line. Estrada looks for the snap. Now he'll take it, hand it off. LaRock busts through, touchdown, Artesia. Great blocking up front.
So there's what we call a pancake block in football, and that's when the offensive guy takes his defensive guy that he's blocking and drives him into the ground, just drives him backwards into the ground. And Jeremiah Gonzalez, number 53 for the Bulldogs, had a pancake block that, I mean, everybody else had their block, but he pancaked his guy, and LaRock just went right by him into the end zone.
Yeah, I loved those blocks as an offensive lineman. Talked about being a defensive lineman early. I love doing pancakes.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to swing out of the swinging gate, line up for the kick.
Love me some pancakes.
21-0, I love me some pancakes. 21-0, Bulldogs, and now looking to go for 2 or possibly do something out of this. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up, and it looks good, and it is good. So with 3:07 to go here in the first quarter, Artesia 21, Valley 0. We'll be back for the kickoff after this timeout.
In volatile times, it's natural to worry about your retirement.
Hon, I'm worried about our retirement account.
With today's economy, it just makes sense to keep your retirement money close to home with people you know. We have several guaranteed safe options. Peace of mind with retirement savings. It just makes sense. Western Bank of Artesia. Member FDIC. It just makes sense.
All right, welcome back here to Bulldog Bowl. 3:07 to go here in the first quarter as Artesia's kickoff team comes onto the field. Go ahead with the stats.
Roswell, just update real quick. Roswell 20, Gadsden 0 as they're leading that game. That scoring drive by the Bulldogs, 7 plays, 55 yards, 7-yard touchdown run by LaRock. Kick was good by Greathouse. Bulldogs 22, Vikings 0. And then I got another update here at Joby, and that is Mayfield and Piedra Vista. Piedra Vista is leading 14-0 over Mayfield right now.
In the first quarter?
Yep. Thank you, Josh, for those scores.
All right, Parrish on for the kick. It's going to be a little bloop to the right side. Number 30 comes up, and it comes out of his hands. Bulldogs have the ball. It'll be a turnover. Another big special teams play by the Artesia Bulldogs.
And I didn't get the player that missed it, but I got the Bulldog that came flying down there, and that was LaRock, the running back that just scored the touchdown on the kickoff team. He's been a standout all year on the kickoff team. Flying down the field, just dove Superman style, fell on that ball and held onto it. Joby rolled about 3 times and came up with the ball.
So the Bulldog offense on the field once again. They're going to start at the Viking 30-yard line with 3:04 to go here in the first quarter. Bulldogs 22-0 for the Vikings. And it looks like it is Valenzuela in the backfield alongside to the left of Estrada. A formation look. Snap is back. Estrada drops. He's got a man. And that's when he was holding him the whole way. Did they throw a penalty flag?
Nope.
No flag. So it was to Nick Sanchez. He couldn't get away from the defender.
No, number 11, Ramos. I mean, Nick Sanchez had about half a step on him, but he couldn't break free because he was holding him all the way down the field for about 20 yards. And then because of that, the ball was about 5 yards too long or 3 yards.
Yeah, I'm giggling because it looked like everybody could see that, but no penalty flag thrown. 2nd down and 10 at the 30. Snap is back, turn, hand it off. Another big gaping hole. And that's going to be a first down pickup all the way down to the 20, to the 15. They're going to mark him at the 16, 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs.
And I'm telling you, until they adjust, that is there all day long, as that was Valenzuela. Just hit that hole hard. Great job by the line again.
A formation. LaRock comes in, goes to the right side of Estrada. Snap is back, turn, hand it off to LaRock. He picks his way through. He's going to get inside the 10-yard line down to about the 7.
So ran to the left side. Wooten pulled from his right tackle position, led up through the hole, and there was nobody to block. LaRock was just following him through there, and Wooten just really didn't have anybody.
All right, so it'll be 2nd and real short down on the 7-yard line. Back to the A formation look. LaRock stays in the ballgame to the left of Estrada. In the shotgun, snap is back. He's going to look to throw. He pumps it. He's got back shoulder. No, he pulls it down. Now he throws it, and that's a touchdown. Artesia Bulldogs.
Rodriguez, number 14 for the Bulldogs, just camped out just right in front of the goal line over there, allowing his quarterback to do what he does, and he extended the play because his first read wasn't there. He pumped it, brought it back in, rolled to his left, saw Rodriguez, threw it on a rope over there, and he just stepped into the end zone for the touchdown.
All right, so the Bulldogs in their swinging gate. 28-0 Bulldogs with 2:13 to go here in the first quarter. See if they run a 2-point or if they go ahead and swing out of it. They're going to swing out of it and set up for the PAT, but with all the various things we have, you never know if we're going to kick it or run something out of this. Greathouse in to do the kicking, Estrada doing the holding. Snap is back, hold it down, kick is up, and it looks good, and they say that it is good. All right, 2:13 to go here in the first quarter. 29-0, Artesia will be back after this timeout.
Chevy Cyber Cash is back at Guy Chevrolet Company in Artesia. Just click, claim, and go to save on your purchase of any 22 or 23 model Silverado, Equinox, Blazer, or 22 model Colorado. Cyber Cash is on top of most other offers, so visit GuyChevy.com today to claim your cash and hurry into Guy Chevrolet Company on the corner of 1st and Main to take delivery of your new Chevy before this offer ends.
Take new retail delivery by November 30th, 2022. Limit 1 online code per eligible vehicle transaction.
All right, Bulldog fans, we're back here. We have some stats.
Bulldog drive, 3 plays, 30 yards, 7-yard touchdown pass from Estrada to Rodriguez. Kick was good by Greathouse, and on the year, Estrada, that's his 37th touchdown pass on the year, Joby.
Tremendous year, and he's still got some games to play as long as we get by this game. 2:13 to go here in the first quarter. Jacob Parrish on to do the kicking. We've seen 4 different kicks from him. Let's see what he does this time, what the coaches have drawn up. He's going to kick it to the left side this time and back to receive at about the 10-yard line is the Valley Viking. He bursts forward, gets out, and he's going to be flung down finally all the way out at the 35-yard line. And we got a Bulldog player not feeling too good getting up, and also the Valley Viking getting up slow, but they are both up.
Wilson took that ball and headed up the middle of the field for the Vikings, and Duran, number 85 for the Bulldogs, first one to get to him until Jay Parrish, the kicker, came in and just, boy, he put a hit on him that hurt Duran and Wilson.
Yeah. So Jacob with a big hit, he said, I want to get some hitting going on here, not just do the kicking. And he did lay a big hit. All right, so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Valley Vikings as Butkovich in the backfield has a man to his right and a sniffer back up on the right tackle. Ball in the near hash, snaps back, ball is fumbled, still on the ground. Bulldogs pick it up and try to run with it, and it'll be a turnover back to the Bulldogs at the 35-yard line.
Well, you know, when it rains, it pours. And just trying to run a basic play and lost the handle on the ball. Running back couldn't get it as it bounced on the ground, and Finley comes up with it for the Bulldogs. He picked it up, but they were able to keep him from going anywhere with it. But, boy, that's just, that 3 turnovers? 2.
That's their second.
Yeah.
Nope. Yeah, their second. One on the kickoff and one on that.
Well, one got caught. Riley had that interception, but he got called back.
Overturned.
So,
yeah. The Bulldog offense was still over with Coach Moppin, so they had to come out of the huddle off the sidelines. 1st and 10 at the Vikings 34-yard line. Bulldogs on the near hash. LaRock next to, and Sanchez in motion goes by. He's going to turn, hand it off to LaRock, picking his way through the line. He's hit well and hard and stopped for a pickup of about 4.
So just going up the middle that time, a good job by Henderson of the Vikings, the middle linebacker. He read that, stepped up there, hit LaRock low in the legs and made the tackle.
Nice replay there on our KSVPTV.com and Facebook and YouTube. Our producer, Mr. Gene Dow, none other than him doing that. Tight formation here. Snap is back, going to pitch it to Greathouse. Looking to get around the corner. He cuts inside of a block. Now he bursts forward. Still on his feet, breaks a tackle, gets inside the 15-yard line. First down, Bulldogs.
Showed great patience as Greathouse as he came around. Rodriguez was throwing a block out here, and he kind of patiently cut inside that block and then showed his speed, leaving 2 Vikings behind before, again, Henderson came and made the tackle down the field.
Big blocking up front by the offensive line. Outstanding job by those young men. We'll go through their names here in just a minute, but they've just been blocking really well today, as usual. Again, the tight formation. A slot and a wide out in tight. 15 goes into motion. He's going to take the snap, does Estrada, looking to throw it. He goes over the top, and it's just behind the intended receiver, incomplete.
Greathouse and Seiss both running routes out there, kind of ran them together a little bit, but Estrada had to throw it over the defender on Greathouse and just overthrew him a little bit.
All right, so it'll be 2nd down and 10 at the Viking 13-yard line. 29-0 if you're just joining us. The Bulldogs have come out here in all kinds of explosive action. All 3 phases of the game working perfectly for Artesia at this point. We're going to go that tight formation again, the slots and the wideouts in tight, right off the tackles. LaRock to the left of Estrada in the shotgun, going to turn and pitch it forward to Greathouse. He makes a man miss as he goes around the corner. He steps inside the 5-yard line. Finally, did he get driven out of bounds? He finally does, down at the 4 for not quite a first down pickup. Actually, it's real close, but it'll be.
Receivers up on the left, bring Greathouse in motion from right to left, and you got all those blockers out in front of him, and he just does a good job of being patient, finding a seam, and cutting through it. Melendez able to run him out of bounds for the Vikings.
So this is a new set of plays we've seen. We haven't seen these this year. For the Bulldogs, we're going to go into the heavy package. In the backfield, you got 4 defensive guys that are all big, including Peyton Dean's a linebacker at the quarterback position. 3rd and a short 1. Snap is back. He's going to go to the left side. He's looking. He's going to follow his men. Touchdown, Peyton Deans.
All right, so I'm going to give credit. I mean, everybody did a great job, but Calderon led the way through the hole, and when he hit his guy, he didn't pancake him. He knocked him back in the air about 4 yards, and the guy hit, his back hit the ground first. Calderon just a beast out there.
Well, I'm going to call that a pancake. He didn't drive it on top of him,
no,
but
you're right.
He blasted him.
It is.
And that's 2 defensive linemen and 3 linebackers. No, 2 defensive linemen, 2 linebackers in the backfield, and they make it look good. We're going to swing out of the swinging gate. The score now 35-0. 56 seconds to go in the first quarter. So we'll be running clock unless Valley can score sometime here in the second quarter to stop that. Snap is back. Looked like there was some movement, but no penalty flags. Kick is up, and the kick is good. 36-0, 56 seconds to go in the first quarter. The Artesia Bulldogs, our Artesia Bulldogs, on top of the Valley Vikings.
Central Valley Electric is continually learning and advancing technology that improves electric service, reliability, and safety, and in turn enhancing the quality of life for members that we serve in our local communities. CVE offers an account management program called Smart Hub that allows members to track their usage, set up convenient pay methods, and the ability to manage their energy use with smart technologies. A secure system such as Smart Hub is an easy tool to use. To sign up, visit cvecoop.org and click Smart Hub to get started.
All right, so here we're back. 56 seconds to go in the first quarter, and Robbie Blue has some stats.
34 yards, 4-yard touchdown run by Peyton Deans. The kick was good by Greathouse. Artesia Bulldogs 36, the Vikings 0.
All right, so Jake Parrish back to do the kicking honors once again. And again, we've seen him kick it various ways each time. Very talented kicker. Here's the kick. He's going to go to the left side deep again. Runner's going to go back. And, it goes through his hands. He's going to chase it down. Goes into the end zone, but he went through his hands first. It's going to be terrible field position for the Vikings as he gets back out to about the 6.
That's number 10 again for the Vikings, which is Wilson. Just reached up over his head to take that kick, and it went right through his hands, went backwards. He chased it down. It should be a touchback because I don't think in high school you can run out of the end zone.
It is.
Okay.
He went through his hands, and so I said that, but in my mind I knew it would come out.
Yeah.
So it is coming out as it got into the end zone.
But down there quickly for the Bulldogs, let's just go ahead and give them the credit, right? Jathan Duran and Rodriguez, number 14 for Julian Rodriguez down there.
All right, so they'll bring it out to the 20, will the officials. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikings in the middle of the field with 45 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Do we have a new quarterback?
We
no,
do.
It is a new quarterback.
I can't get his number yet.
Okay, so the quarterback I can tell because he's a little smaller than Vukovic. Snap is back. He hands it off. Fumble. Did the Bulldogs get it? I think they did.
Nope, they got it.
Okay,
the Vikings got it.
I guess he got it back. It was Ricky Henderson, I think, in the backfield.
Nope, Jojola.
Hohola,
sorry. Hohola. And
the clock is going to continue to run, so I don't think, they may try to run a play here. Can you tell who the quarterback is?
Vigil, number 25.
So Vigil, number 25, is the quarterback. He went in the shotgun. He's going to go there again. They've got a slot and a wideout on either side. Running back is to the left of Vigil. and they will get a snap off here, it looks like. It goes over his head. Bulldogs are bearing down on him. Will the Bulldogs get the touchback or the touchdown? It is a touchback. No, the ball's still on the ground. Touchdown, Artesia. So the Bulldogs got off of him. The ball was still rolling around. They didn't realize it, and so they turned and dived back onto it. No whistle had blown.
Snapping over Veal's head, and he chased it down the end zone with Bulldogs right on him. And everybody dove on the ground, and we thought that Veal had the ball, but he didn't. It was just right beside him, and the Bulldogs stood there for about a second until Ethan Ramirez for the Bulldogs thought, okay, and he dove on the ball for the touchdown.
Yeah, they landed, they dove onto Vigil, onto his back, and they both bounced up really quick and were almost to start to come off the field, but realized that Whitehat was still looking and hadn't blown the whistle. They turned and saw the ball laying there.
Ethan Ramirez jumped on it.
There you go. 5 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Bulldogs score defensively, so we've scored about every way we can. We've scored passing, rushing, defensively, kicking game. So, yeah, that's pretty much every way you can.
And let's just say this. Those snaps are usually caused by your defensive line. The center's trying to get the block, and he doesn't concentrate on the snap.
Kick is up. The kick was good, but then they throw both those refs throw a penalty flag. Let's see what the penalty was. They were the ones back there doing the I wonder if there was too many men on the field. I don't know. We'll let them tell us.
And what I mean by that is you got Donaghy, you got Diego Wesson, you got Calderon, you got Grantham in there. Boy, they're putting a lot of pressure on that offensive line, and that center's trying to snap the ball and step real quick and get a block. So he's really focused. They've made him focus on them instead of that snap, and boy, just a high snap is caused by them.
I like what I'm seeing, Robbie. There are about 4 Valley Vikings in our huddle talking. They're just visiting. So good sportsmanship there has to be, because they're not fussing at each other. They're just standing out there visiting. Kick was good. It was a personal foul against the Vikings.
Roswell's leading. Who are they playing again? Gadsden 27-0 second quarter. And Piedra Vista is leading Mayfield in the second quarter 21-0.
Well, we're leading here in the first quarter 43-0. There's 5 seconds left. We're going to go take a break.
Go Bulldogs from Tate Branch Artesia. Tate Branch is proud supporters of the Artesia.
Actually, I'm going to stop that break. We're to the halftime. We're already to the halftime commercial, so I went ahead and stopped that. We'll hold off and have the Tate Branch halftime show come up at the half, or maybe here in the second quarter, because we want to try to get some of those sponsors in. So they'll march the personal foul off on the kickoff. So all the way up to the Viking 45-yard line is where Jake will spot the ball there in the middle of the field. The score here, 43-0 Bulldogs with 5 seconds to go in the first quarter. And obviously we're on the running clock now, Robbie. If we score one more touchdown and a one-point conversion, the game will be over. But we'll see what happens as Parrish comes down to okay. All right, a high kick, not going to kick it into the end zone. It's caught at the 6-yard line by the Vikings. And then right there, wrapping him up, and then a host of Bulldogs. I think it was LaRock, but you'll be able to tell.
Yeah, I let him unpile. That was Wilson again, fielding that kick, and we do have a Bulldog down on the ground after that pile up. And that's Parda. That's slow getting up for the Bulldogs.
Hopefully he is okay. That is the end of the first quarter. So 43-0 Bulldogs. Parra is being checked out by Coach Caton, and also a Valley Viking coach out there with him. We're going to go ahead and take a break and hear from Adobe Rose. We'll be right back.
The Adobe Rose restaurant showcases the vibrant cuisine and rich culture of New Mexico, with a menu and decor specializing in unique flavors and themes of the Southwest. Fine dining in the evening provides an intimate and one-of-a-kind experience. Dine in the Adobe Rose beautiful courtyard with a fire pit centerpiece, bubbling pond, and live music from local artists on those perfect New Mexico evenings. Experience the Adobe Rose located on 13th Street, Artesia.
All right, we're back here as Parra being helped off by Coach Moppin and Coach Caton, our trainer. Looks like Coach Mop out there with him. Parra, one of those special teams guys, Robbie, that we've talked about all season long. He just flies with reckless abandon, no doubt.
Yeah, Brendan Parr is senior cornerback for the Bulldogs and has seen a lot of action this year, but got twisted up in that pile down there with about 6 Bulldogs and Wilson for the Vikings.
All right, so it'll be 1st and 10 for Valley. Everybody's getting resituated as we flip ends of the field. And Parra now walking under his own power, but he definitely has a limp. So hopefully he'll be able to get healed up. He's one of our every kid on the team is valuable, but he's one of those guys that just on special teams, he's everywhere.
So we flip the field here. Wind, as you mentioned, just a good brisk wind right now. It's still about 52 degrees outside. Bright sun shining, a little bit of windy clouds over there, but beautiful day for football here in playoff atmosphere.
1st and 10 for the Valley Vikings at their own 12-yard line as they come out and get ready to go. The quarterback is V-Hill, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so V-Hill back there. And the other thing about that snap will go, the wind was blowing real hard, and he's a lot shorter than Butkovich. So you had a high snap, you had the wind blowing, and it just didn't help anything that he was shorter than Butkovich. He's in the shotgun, running back to his left, snap is back, going to fake. Oh, he hands it off, and that's Hohola, I think, coming forward.
It is.
And he picks up about 3.
Yeah, Johnson and Ramirez come in to make the tackle for the Bulldogs.
Caden Hohola, a senior, wears number 6 on his white jersey. As V-Hill once again in the shotgun, they're going to go hurry up offense. The clock will not stop unless there's a timeout or a change of possession. Bulldogs showing blitz. Boy, they timed that just right. Hohola, though, goes the opposite side of the blitz, and he's going to pick up about 4 more yards. It'll be second down, maybe 5. It'll be 2nd and 2 for the Vikings at the Bulldog 20, or at their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, blitz that left side on a run blitz, and they went right with it. So Johnson and Ramirez again on the tackle for the Bulldogs.
So 3rd down now and 2 for the Valley Vikings. Ball in the near hash as they're now going from the south to the north here at Bulldog Bowl. V-Hill, the quarterback, with a slot and a wide out on either side. Hohola open. There's a false start by the receiver on this side. That'll back him up 5.
Yeah, it looked like V-Hill was looking for the snap. He gave the call and expected it, and nobody else moved except for him and the wide receiver on the left.
So the false start will move him back 5 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 7 now for the Valley Vikings with 10:59 to go. They did stop the clock for that. Now they'll roll it. As V-Hill over talking to his coaching staff, getting the play that they want to run. Clock is running as he'll come back over from the sideline as the Valley offense awaits his return. All right, so V-Hill once again in the shotgun. His running back Hohola to his right. Bulldogs showing blitz again. Snap is back. He's going to take a straight drop. Bulldogs bring a bunch. He's going to throw it into single coverage. A good job by the defense of the Bulldogs. He waited right. I thought he might go get the ball, but he ended up just waiting and then kind of swatting it away.
Well, he threw that up in the air, and Ethan Kahn had great coverage as he was behind the receiver, and as you said, timed it perfectly, came around with his right hand, and was able to mess up that completion there as he knocked the ball down.
All right, so it'll be 4th and 7, and so the Vikings look like they're going to go ahead and send out their punting unit. And again, they've only got 4 men on the line of scrimmage. I mean, if you're the Bulldogs, well, you don't at this point, I don't think, but go get it. But they are going to try. It is a great punt this time. Sanchez will back up. He's going to let it bounce. You don't usually see that by Sanchez. He had an opportunity to catch it. Boy, that's going to be a booming punt all the way down to the 15-yard line of the Artesia Bulldogs.
Well, he kicked it from the 15, so you do the math.
That's hard because it's 15 to 15 don't sound right. But our guy down there said it was a 70-yard punt.
70-yard punt.
With the roll. And so a great punt there by the Valley Vikings punter.
Yeah, Henderson. So I think it was Sanchez that time. He lined up. He hasn't hit a real good one yet this game. And he lined up and he kicked it over his head that time, basically. He was backing up, but it still went over his head.
Well, I thought he was going to be able to catch it easily, but he let it bounce, and a good roll for the Valley Vikings. And so all the way back to the Bulldog 15, our deepest starting position for the Bulldog offense. And we got Peyton Deans at the quarterback position. Got a whole, looks like a whole slew of new offense completely out there. Dean's in at the quarterback. It takes a snap, he fumbles it, picks it up, and he's just going to run and pick up what he can. He's going to pick up several, as the Bulldog offensive line did a pretty good job getting him some area to run.
Still did a good job as LaRock was back there. The snap was kind of between him. LaRock crossed in front of him when it was snapped, hit him, went to the ground. Deans did a good job of picking it up as number 88 made the tackle for the Vikings.
All All right, 2nd down and 2 after the 8-yard gain by Peyton Deans. LaRock is still in the game. I mislooked at the number. Snap is back, turn around, hand it off to LaRock. He goes on the left side. He's going to be tackled forward for a pickup of about 4 and a first down.
I got Aguilar in there on the offensive line now, and number 62 for the Bulldogs is in there. Let me look these up for folks. And
62, 73.
Can't turn the page. 62, Ivan Chacon.
73.
Devin Velasquez.
Devin Velasquez. And,
Yep.
of course, Amadeus on the right tackle. And I think it's Aguiano on the left tackle. And I didn't catch the center. I think it's our starting center, Salias. All right, Peyton Deans in the backfield. Turn, hand it off. Up the middle goes Valenzuela. He's got a big chunk of yardage all the way out to the 40-yard line. He kind of tripped over somebody, too, but ended up getting tackled. But what a great run.
Yeah, good job by the offensive line that's in there. Did a good job blocking. He just burst through the hole and ran upfield until number 13, Melendez, came up and made the tackle, as he was also helped by Henderson, the middle linebacker.
We're down to 8:03 and counting, as this clock will not stop unless there's a change of possession or a timeout. Deans will stay in the shotgun. A formation look. Maybe we can get these receivers in, because I think we got 4 new ones. Snap is back. He's going to run the speed option. Going to the left side is Valenzuela. He's to the 50, down to the 45-yard line. Oh, that's a different run. Oh, that's Valenzuela.
Yeah, that's Valenzuela. But Diego Lopez out there, receiver you said, mentioned, threw the key block for him, kicked this guy out. Valenzuela cut inside that block, and Valenzuela is not looking to put a move on anybody. He's just lowering his head and going after these safeties.
Big pickup. He gets into the safety before he's touched, and after great blocking up in front. And so 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at the Viking 45-yard line. Ball will remain on the far hash as Bulldogs in the huddle. Now break the huddle. Also we'll have 78. I don't know if we got 78 on the offensive line. Did we mention him? There for the Bulldogs. Deans with Valenzuela, brings a man in motion. He's going to hand it off to that man. He gets around the first Viking, around the second Viking. It's number 84 for the Bulldog. Makes another man miss, and he'll pick up some yards down to about the 40.
And that's Juan Diego Duran. Boy, showing some moves there. Came in motion, handed the ball going left or right, and then he put about 3 different moves on to freeze people to get around the corner before number 34 for the Vikings finally was able to make the tackle on him, and that's Stallworth for the Vikings.
So pick up a 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5, as we're now down to 6 minutes and 29 seconds and counting. As the Bulldog offense huddles up, now breaks the huddle. Going to be empty backfield for Peyton Deans, and I'm going to call it right now. I'm going to see a quarterback draw. We'll see. Peyton Deans looks like he got a man uncovered, though. He may throw it to him. Nobody out there. He is just going to quarterback draw it. He's up the middle with a lot of room to run. His offensive line was out in front of him. He's finally tackled down at about the 24-yard line.
And the reason Joby is so smart to make that call, and he's watched Bulldog football so long, the middle linebacker, when we do that, he walks outside, and there's no linebacker in the middle of the field. So linemen get their block, and Peyton's 10 yards down the field before he's even touched by a Viking.
Yeah, we even had a Bulldog offensive lineman out running in front of him. There was nobody for him to block, so he just went downfield and blocked. Another big pickup, yardage by chunks here by the Bulldogs rushing offense. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line of the Vikings. Back to the A formation look. LaRock back in the ball game. He's to the left of Deans, and we're going to let the clock run down to 2-1. It's going to be a delay of game, so that'll back us up 5. I think the center, they probably weren't on the same page there. Deans was waiting for it to get to about 2, but then when he said go, it took him a second to snap it. So a delay game of the Bulldogs to back us up 5 yards.
Yeah, and then Coach Moppin not happy with that. He's letting Deans know to watch the clock and manage the game and why he's out there. So he gave him a few words, and now he's calling the play.
Words of encouragement.
Yes. Yep.
So the clock starts running again. 43-0 Bulldogs. We're in the first half. 5 minutes and 10 seconds to go. If the Bulldogs score here, it'll be over at the half unless Valley is able to get us a touchdown or some points to get it under 50. LaRock, or nope, yeah, that's LaRock. Fake the handoff, throw it out here to Seiss, and really nowhere to go. Good job by the Valley defense there as they sniffed that out in a hurry and tackle for loss. Or right back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Stallworth out here for the Vikings did a great job of coming off the block and letting him come to him. got a hold of him and held on until he got some help. And let me say this, Joby, real quick. We got outstanding elementary students in Artesia, and some of them get to come down and ring the victory bell during the games. And this week it's Lexi Ray Bickle that's getting to ring the bell for the Bulldogs.
Oh, awesome. That's one of the coach's daughters, so Coach Bickle's daughter. Charles Lopez Burton was also out there on that tackle, defensive end for the Valley Vikings. Good job by him to spread out there quickly and help on the tackle. So a no gain, second down and 15, handed off, bursting on the right side. There was a face mask, and there is the penalty flag. So that's going to be automatic first down, I think, with a 15-yard face mask.
Well, that's just the speed of Valenzuela there as he burst through that hole. And number one, Burton comes off his block, but he has to reach from behind to try to get him, and he was high, so he grabbed his face mask, able to get him to the ground, but it will be a penalty.
Well, I think it'll be the personal foul type because he never did take his hand off of it, and that's what it is, personal foul face mask. So 15-yard penalty. It'll be a 1st and 10 for Artesia. And they'll spot the ball at the Viking. Let's see. Well, you need to mark it probably. Well, they're going to mark it from where it was, from where it ended up, which doesn't seem right to me. But anyway, it'll be 1st and 10 at the 10-yard line for the Artesia Bulldogs with 4:09 to go in the first half. 43-0 Bulldogs. Peyton Deans has who's in the backfield this time? Is it number 16 again, Valenzuela?
Yep. Yes, sir.
To his left, A formation. Actually got the slot up on the right side. That brings Seiss in motion. You see that Z pop, and Seiss gets the handoff. He's got a lot of speed, although it might be a hold out there. He breaks back inside. He's going to still on his feet and then spins twice inside the 10 down to about the 6. And I don't see a flag, so we might have got away with one.
Wow, Diego Level, he let go. He was making that block, and when he started to get away from him, he did let him go, and which caused Seiss some problems, but Seiss able to break off of that would-be tackle and go on down the field.
So it'll be 2nd and goal now at the 6-yard line as the Bulldogs break the huddle with 3:25 and counting to go in the first half. Again, Deans has Valenzuela to his right this time. The A formation look. Deans in the shotgun. Snap is back, going to run the speed option this way. He pitches it to Valenzuela. Good blocking on everywhere, and that's a touchdown Bulldogs.
So Seiss out here sealing the outside, and also Ethan Kahn doing a great. If you can't run that play for receivers, obviously offensive line, but just giving those receivers credit because he goes in untouched because those two receivers held those blocks for a long time.
Yeah, when I said everybody was blocked, I meant it. The only guy that wasn't supposed to be blocked, he was the quarterback, and when he came onto the quarterback, he pitched it, and everybody else on the field was blocked. So an easy touchdown for the Bulldogs. 49-0. This could be the game-winning extra point here. We're in the swinging gate. Or swing out of it, line up for the PAT. As Estrada, the quarterback, back on the field to hold. And Peyton Deans back on the field to do the kicking. They weren't out there on that offensive series as we had a lot of backups in the ball game. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up, kick is good. So 50-0, Artesia. And is that the ball game, or do they go and play to the half? I think they go ahead and play to the half.
All right, we go to the half.
We'll take a break. 50-0 Bulldogs. 3:07 to go here in the first half.
Artesia Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, home-owned and operated for over 50 years, are here for all of your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs. Artesia Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling has the expertise to install residential, commercial, and industrial air conditioning units, including the conversion of evaporative coolers to refrigerated air systems. Cut cooling costs with high-efficiency Carrier units from Artesia Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, your authorized Carrier dealer. Artesia Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, a proud sponsor of Artesia Bulldogs and our community for over 50 years.
All right, welcome back here as the Artesia Bulldogs score, and the score now 50-0 with 3:07 to go. Robbie has some updated scores, and he also has that 10-play, 85-yard drive.
Piedra Vista is winning 28-0 over Mayfield right now, and Roswell is defeating Gadsden 27-0 right now.
And then our scoring drive was a good long one.
Well, gosh, I can do everything here?
Yes. Kick is going to go back to the 19 before it's fielded, and then the Bulldogs there in mass as they tackle him out of bounds.
And that's Wilson on that kick return again, and it looks like number 29 for the Bulldogs was the one who made the tackle that time, and that is Brendan Parra back in the game. So good to see him back in there.
So Parra able to shake that off.
That scoring drive by the Artesia Bulldogs took 10 plays to cover 85 yards, capped off by a 6-yard touchdown run by Valenzuela. The kick was good, 50-0 Artesia over the Vikings.
I was driving back from the volleyball games yesterday from Rio Rancho, and I was listening to the Goddard game, and I was thinking after Goddard was defeated and Deming won, I thought, I wonder if Deming will stay the night and watch the game, because they'll play one of us, but I don't see them anywhere. They might be in the stands somewhere. Don't know. All right, back to that full look backfield. Hand it to the back in the back behind the quarterback, and he runs it forward for a pickup of about 13.
That's Wilson.
Wilson on the run.
At the run, and that was Hohola, at quarterback that time, that handed him the ball. So seeing that, but just for the Bulldogs, we got different players in there, and it looked like, well, Chavez made that tackle along with number 42 over there for the Bulldogs, which is, you think I would know all these by now, but I don't. Oh, that's Robert Rodriguez out there again. Good.
Snap is back, going to pitch it, going to the right side this time. Bulldogs right there, but he spins away from the first 3 guys. Still on his feet, battling is Hohola. He's going to get a pickup of about 3 yards out to the 45.
So Wilson showing some good moves back there as he sidestepped about 3 Bulldogs and made him miss before some other Bulldogs came in and made a tackle. One of those was number 70, Laredo Hammer. Laredo? I've said that name before.
Laredo?
Laredo Hammer.
All right, so I said Hohola was running. It was Wilson running. Hohola takes, now he'll keep it, runs on the right side before he is tackled, pickup of about 4 yards out to the 50.
Yeah, lead play that time to the right. And coming up hard that time was Parra, who made the tackle for the Bulldogs. Morissette's in there for the Bulldogs playing defense.
I think I see Jacob Parrish also, number 87, in the linebacker spot.
And Race's out there corner.
Snap is back, going to turn, little run the other direction here by number 1, and he is going to be spun down. Looks like he might have got the first down, and that was number 1 for the, that's Burton, Charles Lopez Burton on the run.
Boy, Ruiz for the Bulldogs, boy, yeah, back in the backfield deep, and Hohola put a spin move on him.
Number 65 for the Bulldogs just entering and got a ovation from the sideline.
Diego DePorto.
DePorto gets into the ball game. Snap is back. They hand it off. DePorto in on the tackle. We're down to 15 seconds. Host of Bulldogs, including DePorto, number 65. And he's pumped up when he got out of that pile.
6 seconds.
5, 4, and the ball game will end. The Bulldogs win and defeat the Valley Vikings from Albuquerque 50-0 here in the first half. We're going to go ahead and get some of our great sponsors in, and then we'll come back and give you the final wrap-up here on KSVP Radio, AM 990, FM 93.7, KSVPTV.com, and we're on Facebook and YouTube, KSVP Radio channels. Like and share. We'll be back with the final thoughts and final stats after this timeout.
Eastern New Mexico University in Portales is proud to offer potential students the opportunity to attend ENMU tuition-free with the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship. And now we are proud to announce the newly created Freshman Hound Housing Room Grant, which will allow students the opportunity to receive up to $3,000 per year off their housing costs when living on the ENMU campus. For more information on how ENMU is making higher education more affordable for you and your family members, visit enmu.edu. Eastern New Mexico University. Student success. That's what we're about. Go Bulldogs from Tate Branch Artesia. Tate Branch is proud supporters of the Artesia Bulldogs and wishes them well as they march towards state championships. And like the Bulldogs, the team at Tate Branch and Artesia works hard to make your next car or truck buying experience the best it can be. From their great selection of Dodge, Chrysler, Ram, and Jeep vehicles to the service department, even the used cars are the best. So good luck, Bulldogs. And when you're ready to buy a new or used car or truck, come see the team at Tate Branch Artesia.
Hi Artesia, it's Cambria from your local KFC and Taco Bell. I have something special for all you Bulldog fans out there. Come by and try our new Bulldog Bucket. It's an 8-piece leg and thigh meal with a large mashed potato gravy and coleslaw with 4 buttermilk biscuits for only $21.99. On Tuesdays, we also have our chicken fried steak special for just $4.99. As always, it's great to be a Bulldog. We hope to see you soon at your local Artesia, KFC, and Taco Bell.
Dean's Inc. of Artesia provides a superior choice for all your electrification, communication, and supply needs, with a vision to be the premier industrial electrical service provider in New Mexico and West Texas, providing unparalleled quality in supplies and service with highly skilled and conscious personnel. We pledge to our customers to exhibit the utmost in integrity and reputation while providing superior quality in all we do. Dean's Inc., located at 409 Commerce Road or online at deansinc.com.
Since 2019, Spur Energy Partners has been committed to the markets we have operations, including right here in Artesia, New Mexico. We are proud of this community, and we work hard to be a good citizen and support our local economy, our local schools, and our local families. That's why Spur Energy Partners is excited about bringing the Artesia Bulldog broadcasts to you. Good luck, Bulldogs, and safe travels in the 2022 season. Play hard with Bulldog Pride from Spur Energy Partners.
Through Presbyterian Medical Services, Artesia Family Health Center is your all-in-one provider for medical, dental, and behavioral health services. They have highly skilled professionals ready to treat your medical, dental, and behavioral health issues. Appointments are available via phone calls, video calls, and limited office visits to provide you a safe and easy way to take care of your health. Need a COVID test or vaccine? Artesia Family Health not only offers testing, but the Moderna COVID vaccine too. Call and learn more. 575-746-9848 or visit Artesia Family Health at 1105 Memorial Drive in Artesia.
Plumbing, air conditioning, heating, gas lines, sewer jetting, refrigeration, ice machines, RO systems, water softening, sheet metal fabrication, duct cleaning, residential and commercial. Crouch does it all. When you find yourself in need of assistance, give the experts at Crouch Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning a call. The Crouches know quality matters, and they'll find the best solutions for your situation. That's 575-746-3782 for Crouch Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning, serving all of Eddy County since 1967.
Welcome back to our Tate Branch Fan of the Week segment here at halftime. Artesia and Valley on a beautiful Saturday in the City of Champions. Time to meet our Fan of the Week for this week, and it is Gary Matthews. How you doing, Gary?
I'm doing well, Gene. How about you?
Well, you know, the sun is shining. We're playing football in a November weekend, so can't be all bad, can it?
It's going to be a great day.
That's right. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself. I understand that Perry was giving us a hard time, or you a hard time, at a very young age. You got to move to Artesia, New Mexico.
Well, that's right. My dad took a job here in the oil fields in 1959. We lived in West Texas for years and still have a lot of family there, but moved here in 59. And my first recollection of Bulldog football was watching games in Morris Field. And I think in 1964 was the first game I saw, and I think we won the state championship that year in Morris Field, at Morris Field. So that was my first recollection.
There's actually some like Super 8 film of that game that's floating around out there that I've seen on YouTube, and it's amazing. People dressed up, ladies were wearing big purses. I mean, it was a totally different way that people went to games then as opposed to now.
Yeah, it was. I remember seeing men in hats back in the days when men wore hats, so it's not like that anymore. But
that's right.
Still, it's a lot of fun going to a football game in Artesia.
Yeah, not ball caps, actual dress hats.
Okay, yeah.
So you grow up, you saw that first experience. Did that lead you to athletics?
Oh yeah, my dad was a good football player in West Texas, and he, if you live in Artesia, you want to play football if you can. And other sports are great too, but it's mostly about football in this town. And so yeah, I was from the time I was in junior high, I wanted to play and be a Bulldog.
That's good. And your coach, you were telling me, was L.G. Henderson.
L.G. Cooper's dad was our coach. Yeah, he sure was, and he was quite a guy.
And I'm sure you've got some fond memories. Any particular games that kind of stick out in your mind from your playing days?
Well, one game sticks out in my mind, and it wasn't a very good ending for us, but it was the second game of the season. We played Clovis the first game, and we beat them pretty handily. And I believe Carlsbad was rated number 1, and we were rated number 2. And we played in the bowl, and I think they said there was over 8,000 people in the bowl. And unfortunately, we lost 14-8. And that game really sticks out in my mind because it was a huge disappointment. It's still a rivalry today, but frankly, back then, it was an even bigger rivalry than it is now.
I've heard some of the stories. Of course,
Rex Henderson's first year coaching, they played Carlsbad at the bowl here, and there were like 10,000 people. And even this year, the place was packed. So that's one of the bigger games, Artesia Carlsbad. You graduated from high school. Where did you go from there?
Well, I went to New Mexico State and graduated from there in 1978, and then started my career in the computer business and did that for about 25 years.
Did you ever get to meet Steve Jobs?
No, but I had an opportunity to go and interview to be his personal assistant.
Seriously?
Seriously. And I was, I declined because the headhunter that actually called me said, people that are his assistant don't fare very well and they don't last very long. And so I said, well, never mind then, I've got a good job now, so I didn't even bother doing it. But it was intriguing thinking about going out there and being able to do that.
Yeah, and to think when you get into the computer business in the late 70s, that was really the dawn of the personal computer and where people started having computers. Now you look at what computers do now and what we have in our pockets. Did you ever think it would get that advanced?
Never, never. The first computer that I ever bought was about the size of that 3/4 ton that I ever sold, rather, was about the size of that pickup. And it's got that had less power and capability than the wristwatches do today. So it's come a long, long way.
It really has. Of course, I like watching movies like Apollo 13 because that's the stuff we went to the moon with, and that was way before advancement in computers that we have today. So you stayed a Bulldog fan this whole time?
Yes, my whole life, and I would, I'd always try to catch it on the internet when I could, and then moving back here, which I never thought I'd ever do, but God's got a sense of humor, and He brought us back here, and then we had the opportunity, of course, then to start going to the games again, and Raleigh Schmid and I used to work together over at the Trader Sales place here for Tate, and we became good friends, and we go to all the games that we can together. He's my football buddy, so I sure enjoy going to the games still.
I have to ask you this, Gary. People go to the games, you see the team down on the field, or you watch or listen on the radio, but what's it like sitting in the stands? Are there interesting conversations and fans that you get to hang out with on game day?
Oh yeah, it's the thing that strikes me about Artesia is it's the tradition that we have. Traditions multiple. There's a lot more today even than when I played, and it just keeps growing and getting better and better. So, and you just see the stands in the field at the games and how excited they are to be there, and watching the kids in the band, and it's just a great place to be.
It sure is. So, any predictions on how the rest of the game is going to go today?
Well, I feel pretty confident that we'll win this game. We just got to make sure that the kids don't have a letdown after the last game, but I think Coach Moppin will have them ready to play.
That's right. Well, it's been fun to watch, and glad that you're there as a fan, and for what you were able to do when you played for the Bulldogs back in the day, as they say.
Yes, sir.
Well, good. We have a gift for you for being our fan of the week. We've got a special mug that's in Bulldog Orange, and it says Fan of the Week. As a matter of fact, Perry's handing it to us right now. See, it says Tate Fan on there. And, yeah, that's you. Let's just open that up and see what that looks like. I mean, it's got the wrapper and everything, so that's like fresh. Okay, you got it there?
Oh, great. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
Fan of the week. And
I'll put some liquid beverage of some kind in there.
Don't check Gary's mug when he goes into the game.
No ID check.
No ID check. That's right. And we have a $50 gift card from the Adobe Rose that we're going to give to you, so you can enjoy that as well.
Awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, thanks for doing that. Gary Matthews, our Fan of the Week. And I know we're going to have 2 more Fans of the Week before this season is up. Right, Perry? That's right. Semifinal and a championship. So if you have someone you'd like to nominate, get a hold of Perry here at Tate Branch, and who knows, they may be our Fan of the Week next week. Thank you very much, Gary. Thank you. Stay tuned. We'll be back with the second half in just a moment.
The golf club like an arthritic giant gorilla. You'll look good on the course in professional polos, shirts, and hats embroidered by Business Notions. Even add your company logo to golf balls. So don't look like a gorilla. Call Business Notions at 625-2840. Professional embroidery and screen printing, perfect for your next event in sports teams. Business Notions. Our business is making your business look good. 625-2840.
Have you noticed the days are getting shorter? This is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company. I know it's kind of hard to tell, but we're on the downhill side of the year, so every day is a couple of minutes shorter than the one before, even though your plants need plenty of food and water to keep them healthy. Like those globe willows that are turning yellow. A good dose of the right fertilizer will make them bright green again. No matter what the problems you're having, we probably have a cure at Roswell Seed Company. But come see us soon, because winter's coming, you know.
When was the last time a bank asked you if you'd like to keep more of your money? At Artesia Credit Union, you pay yourself by avoiding big bank fees and all the corporate investors that go along with them. Let Artesia Credit Union help you achieve financial happiness. From home and auto loans to a working line of credit or sending your kids to college, membership is open to anyone who calls New Mexico home. Stop by the branch on 5th Street or log on to artesiacu.org. Artesia Credit Union, member NCUA, an equal housing lender.
This is John.
Hey, my name is John Jackson.
He's not some actor. He's a steward of the land with a John Deere 3 Series tractor. John runs with us. Nothing runs like a Deere. Get a 3 Series tractor with 0% APR for 72 months at your John Deere dealer today. For additional cost information, please call toll-free 855-633-2316.
Stop by Pecos Valley Equipment in Artesia or Roswell, or visit us online at pecosvalleyequipment.com.
Holy guacamole! The best guacamole in the Pecos Valley is at La Fonda Restaurant in Artesia. Holy guacamole! Everything is coming in fresh by the truckload. Avocados, green chilies, jalapenos, tomatoes, and onions. The makings of our signature salsa, golden fried chili rellenos, and of course our guacamole. Holy guacamole, what are you waiting for? La Fonda Restaurant, 210 West Main in Artesia, with plenty of parking off Highway 285. Holy guacamole!
Fall is here, but it's not too late to get to Graves Farm and Garden and stock up on green chili in mild, medium, or hot, as well as dried red chili perfect for Thanksgiving and seasonal recipes. Plus, firewood by the cord, delivered and stacked. Now's the time to stock up on hay bales with Sudan and alfalfa in both small and large bales. And the Graves Farm store is open Monday through Saturday, 8:30 to 5:30, and Sundays 1 to 5. 7.5 miles south of Roswell on the Old Dexter Highway. Graves Farm and Garden, where locally owned means locally grown.
All right, Bulldog fans, welcome back here to the world-famous Bulldog Bowl. The Artesia Bulldogs win their first game in the 2022 playoffs, defeating the Valley Vikings 50-0, and I'm now joined by our statistician, Josh Howard. Josh, tell us about the stats.
All right, again, these are halftime stats, but stats to end the game. Valley ended up with 29 yards of total offense on 21 plays, averaging 1.4 yards per play. Artesia had 223 yards on 28 plays, 8 yards per play on offense. Passing, Artesia had 33 yards passing, and Valley had 2 yards passing for 3 completions on 4 attempts. Artesia had 5 completions on 9 attempts and 1 touchdown through the air. Valley had 27 yards rushing on 17 attempts. Artesia had 190 yards rushing on 19 attempts, 10 yards per rush. Again, receiving, Artesia had 33 yards, and Valley had 2 yards receiving. Penalties in the game, Valley had 4 penalties for 35 yards. Artesia had 2 penalties for 20 yards. Valley had 3 turnovers on the game. Artesia had 0 turnovers. First downs, Artesia had 15 first downs. Valley had 5 touchdowns on the game. Some individual stats. For Artesia, passing, Nia Estrada was 4 for 8 for 33 yards and a touchdown. Peyton Deans was 1 for 1 and 0 yards. For Valley, Bukovic, number 3, was 3 for 3 for 2 yards. And then number 25, Bronson Vigil, was 0 for 1 on the game. Rushing for Valley, the leading rusher leading the way was number 6, Caden Hohola, 5 attempts for 4.6 yard average. And then number 10, Wilson, had 4 attempts for 18 yards for a 4.5 yard average. Rushing for the Bulldogs, Bradley Valenzuela, 6 attempts for 77 yards, 12.8 yard average and 1 touchdown. And Jesse LaRock, 7 attempts for 56 yards and 2 touchdowns. And then Peyton Deans, 3 rushes for 29 yards and a touchdown. Receiving for the Bulldogs, Peyton Greathouse, 3 receptions, 26 yards. Julian Rodriguez, number 14, 1 reception for 7 yards and a touchdown. And then receiving for Valley, Markel Jackson, 1 reception for 6 yards. And that's pretty much it for the stats. Defensively, everybody played pretty good, spread them out. Riley Jarrett had 4 tackles, 3 solo, 2 assists, and a half a sack. And then Gage Donachie also had a good sack, but just a great game for the Bulldogs tonight.
Well, the Bulldogs defense, as Robbie joins me back here, and we'll wrap it up. The Bulldogs defense, as they have just been doing all season long, as the season has progressed, Robbie, they've just gotten better. It seems like they've gotten better and better and better every week. Really, the whole team has, but specifically, I'm pointing out the Bulldog defense just because they have really been playing well. Another shutout, 50-0, like Vikings.
Yeah, the defense started off the year against Carlsbad, 27 points scored. We won the game 30-27. Went to Hobbs, that was a shootout there. And just, I think between us, every game since then, boy, they're shuffling different people in there. They're rotating defenders in there. It's not the same 11 every week, but 15, 16 defenders coming in, giving everybody a break. And as you said, just growing and maturing this year, playing very, very disciplined and attacking style defense, but disciplined and doing a great job. And there's been years, Joby, let's just be honest, tackling kind of drove us crazy a little bit. Boy, they're doing such a good job this year of tackling and then gang tackling. We love to see 5 or 6 on the ball, on the whoever has the ball, right? Defenders tackling them, and we've seen that again this year. So, yeah, defense is just fun to watch.
Well, and you hit it right on the head, something I was going to say, and so I'll reiterate. The tackling has been phenomenal. First guy gets there, he's wrapping them up. If he doesn't get them down, he's not letting go. And you know, that arm tackling, we've seen a little bit of it this year, but not very much. Our defense just playing lights out all season long. And then offensively, kind of the same thing. You talked about it at length almost every week. You kind of say this. You say, what do you do as a defensive coordinator against our offense? We can do everything, and we do pretty much everything pretty well.
We do, and just to reiterate, as a former coach, preparing for the Artesia Bulldogs has to be a nightmare. You got to prepare for the spread, the run. You got to prepare for the kicking game. You got to prepare for the amazing defense we have. And whatever you prepare for, the Bulldog offense will run option routes off of what you're doing. You can't mimic our offense with your scout team and defense. It's just a nightmare to face. And then you throw in the kicking game, which with the the swinging gate, and then everything we do in the kickoff and kickoff return and the punt return, it's dangerous. It's just, boy, our offense and offensively, the Bulldogs can score so many ways with so many different avenues with athletes on the field.
And then finally, and you touched on it there, but I'm going to let you talk about it anyway, our kicking game is just incredible. From our kickoff team, the way our kicker can put the ball about anywhere he wants to, wherever the coaching staff tells him to, and then our guys on the kickoff team just fly to the ball and just wreak havoc. We've seen them run teams out of the starburst. You never see that. We've run them out of the starburst. And I'm not talking about, weaker teams. I'm talking about teams that are very talented, and we run them out of the starburst. And then you go to our punt team. You go to our punt return team. You go to our kickoff return team. Our PAT, we run about 15 different plays out of the PAT to get 2-point conversions and get the regular PAT. Just phenomenal on our special teams.
Absolutely, and you mentioned all of that, and I'll just throw in there too our heavy set. There's just a whole nother wrinkle for the Artesia Bulldogs that you got to prepare for, and our heavy set that we throw in at you too. So, the kicking team phenomenal. A third of the game, right? They call it the yards within the game. If you trade punts, who gained yards, who lost yards just on those. And we've won that battle all year long with our kicking game in every facet of it.
Well, we are bragging a little bit about the Bulldogs, but I think they deserve it. The team has had a great year so far. The season isn't over. We're in the 3rd season now, 1-0 in the playoffs, looking to go to Deming next Saturday. I think that's been confirmed. We'll be playing over in Deming as the Bulldogs played the Deming Wildcats way back in 1974 in the state championship game right here in Artesia's Bulldog Bowl. So because of the who owes who, we talked a little bit about that in the pregame. We get to travel over to Deming, but that's okay. Bulldogs travel well. The fans travel well. My guess is we'll get to take our cheerleaders and our band and everybody, so I'm looking forward to that trip next Saturday.
And on the other side of the bracket, we have Roswell. Right now, looks like it's halftime, up on Gadsden 33-0. And then also on the other game, on the other side of the bracket, Piedra Vista is ahead of Mayfield right now, 35-0, looks like halftime. So looks like it might be between Piedra Vista and Roswell, and then Artesia and Deming next week.
All right, so you're seeing some of the highlights running here on KSVPTV.com and on Facebook and on YouTube channel. Gene Dow, our producer, does a phenomenal job. He's the toast of this in the state of New Mexico. Everybody talks about what he does and the exceptional job that we bring to the table when we cover the Bulldogs and the teams that they play here on KSVPTV.com and on the radio. So Gene Dow, on behalf of him, our producer, Bradley Ross and Jeffrey Curtis handling cameras, and of course our extraordinaire guy that keeps the stats, Mr. Josh Howard. And then my partner, Robbie Blue. This is Joby Hodling saying thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week over in Deming. Plan to make the trip. Have a great weekend.
Hard to believe, but this year marks the 50th anniversary of Smile Expressions in Artesia. Smile Expressions began as Dr. William Greenhaw established his practice in 1972. The practice soon grew to employ 10 people, including Dr. Kay Youngren. After Dr. Greenhaw's retirement, Dr. Youngren took over and the practice became Smile Expressions. And Dr. Caitlin Gunn joined Smile Expressions in 2018. When it's time to choose dental care for your family, choose the clinic with a 50-year tradition of serving Artesia. Choose Smile Expressions.
Hello, this is Andrew Davidson, Market President for First National Bank Artesia, inviting you to come and bank with us. We offer a full range of financial products that create possibilities in the lives we touch, and in this community we're proud to serve. Our friendly staff understands the importance of every financial transaction, whether you want to open a checking account or a personal loan or finance your business or commercial property or want to apply for a home loan. We're here to help. First National Bank Artesia. We're big enough to serve, small enough to care, and proud to support the Artesia Bulldogs.
Call First National Bank in Artesia, 575-746-4794. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
My name is Larry Dean. I'm the discipleship pastor here at Faith Baptist Church.